Zoe, guys. Got here just in time. I think this is actually going to be a really interesting game today. Usually don't stream on a Saturday night, but didn't have much else planned. So I thought, why not just chuck on the stream, guys? So make sure let me know in the chat if you think who's going to win. I have tipped the Giants, but I do give, after the Bulldogs' performances the last few weeks and Bontempelli back, I think they have a real chance tonight, the Dogs. So both teams in for the toss. It is the Giants who win it. So they will be going to the left-hand side of screen. So both teams just moving into positions now to get things underway. So subs are, for people wondering, Callan Ward, very experienced player, of course, is the sub for the Giants. And for the Dogs, it is Cooper Hines. Debutant today is Jed Bustlinger. And two milestone games, Connor Iden for the Giants in his 100th game and Aaron Norton with his 150th. Of course, very important game for both of those. Very important games for both of those sides. How you doing, Slobbo? Like the name, bro. And I think, is that Mark Robinson is your thing? That's fucking hilarious. How you doing, man? So, massive matchup in the nation's capital tonight. Giants up against the Western Bulldogs. Both teams in good form, both coming off of wins last week. How you doing, Boston? I can. Nice, man. So here we go. Just came in to say hi for 5 minutes. That's all good, man. What are you up to tonight? So about to bounce it down, and here we go. The start of Saturday night footy in the nation's capital. From the stoppage, trying to work it forward here are the Dogs. Liberatore off the ground. Briggs does well to get it up to his captain in green. Bouncing ball towards the half-forward line. Hogan tracks it back in the team this week. Just sees it out of bounds. Can't hear you. Pretty high at the moment. Is it too low? Hang on a minute. Oh, you're watching the A-League, are you? Let me know if it's a bit better now or not. I'll tune in at about halftime. That's all good. That's all good, man. Fucking internet's doing shit. That's just brilliant. Is it any better now, or it's not the greatest? Should be a little bit better now. That's better? Alright, cool. All good. So the Giants have it here on the wing through Stone. He drives it towards the forward 50, looking for a leaper. Hogan went up, got hands to it, landed like a cat on the ground. Bontempelli with a brilliant tackle, locked him up. Yeah, I must have my mic turned down a bit low. Sorry about that, but that's all good. It's all good now. And then as they try to get it outside their forward 50, just spills out of bounds. So, a bit of up and down football early. Yeah, there we go. Alright, it's working now. Did he get a free kick there, Bontempelli? No, he didn't, but I think he did. So Toby Bedford gone right to the Bulldog captain as a lockdown job tonight. Interested to see if Bedford can beat him at stoppage. It's going to be pretty tough. So from the ruck, Briggs just takes it out of there to Tom Green. Let it go at the back. Hallahan went for the body of Liberatore rather than the footy, and ball just sits with the two of them and will be a ball up once again. Yeah, you too, Boston. Have a good one. Free kick's been called out. It's going to go to the Bond. So Bedford gives away an early free, and he wants to go immediately. Gives it inside to Liberatore. Just sets himself and kicks it long towards Karmas is there, so is Lob. Buckley went back, ran into his own man. Karmas got the handball out. Norton, handball inside to West. He tapped it on to Kennedy. Back out towards Liberatore. They've worked it through hands. Bontempelli, handballs forward to the voice. They snap towards goal, and the Dogs off to the perfect start. Great work from Matt Kennedy. He has been a lethal recruit so far this year. Matt Kennedy, what a recruit he's been for the Dogs so far this year. The handball out here from Liberatore did brilliantly, and then the Bontempelli handball on his opposite hand, I believe, just found Kennedy in a little bit of space. He was able to snap truly. So back into the middle of the ground. Early stages, Dogs get their first goal. So back in the ruck we go. Briggs takes it out of there. English with the tackle. Got it forward somehow. Green handled straight into his opponent. And the Dogs want to go on the rebound. Williams locked up by Himmelberg. It spills to Dale. He breaks away to Richards. Over the top is Sanders. Career best game last week. He sets himself from 50 for the perfect stuff for the Dogs. Sanders blows his line. Again, a breakaway there from the Bulldogs. They look good on the counter. So Ash will take the kick in. He's been good the first few weeks of the year. He goes short to Whitfield. He'll go for a bit of a run from the defensive 50. Blasts it out towards the wing. Hands on it was Briggs, and the umpire's paid the mark. Oh, I don't know about that. Rory Lobb there in the very bold, it would say. Saw him on Tik Tok this week, and his partner wasn't too impressed by that look. So Whitfield goes for the full switch. He finds Buckley. So the Giants just taking a slow approach here. They've worked it to the commentary side wing with Stone. Short kick to find Ash. So the Giants are taking a little bit of a slower approach here. Wants to go corridor, doesn't have that option. So he may just have to blast it long here. Looking for Hogan as a flyer. He goes up, couldn't drag it down. Green, tried to get the kick away. Thomas is there up against Bramble. Thomas got it out somehow. Sanders, locked up by Kelly. He's going to have to get rid of it here. Umpire gives him a lot of leeway. Out to Iden in his 100th game. Missed the handball to Green. Johannesson on the up, missed his target. Now Green wrapped up by Karmas and Liberatore. And holding the footy. Tough call from the umpire. He said he fended off. Dogs will get the free kick here at half back. So Liberatore wanted to go on the outer side on the half-back line. Here's Jed Buslinger. Been biding his time in the VFL for a very long time. Gets his first touch at AFL level. Just works it short here to O'Donnell. Been underrated season so far at O'Donnell. He's got the spot over Liam Jones tonight. Drives it towards half forward. Going back with the flyers, Buckley. Wants to switch Jack Buckley. Just can't do so. About to get pressured up here by West. Got away somehow. Works the kick out wide. Oh, upwind Stringer. Couldn't drag it down, though, against his former side. Williams breaks the tackle. Over the top to O'Donnell. Gets on his trusty left. Kicks it towards the 50. Going back with the fight again is Buckley. He's looked good so far. And now they want to go with the switch. Working through their back 50. He has it with Iden. Takes a bounce. Goes with the kick over the top. And they just take it slow again here, the Giants. So now Ware works the kick back inside. Nice little 45-degree kick to Whitfield. Works it on now to Bedford. They can go here, the Giants. The kick over the top to Darcy Jones. The kid with the lid. He runs his full measure. Sends it towards the pocket. Hogan's there. Hogan stands. Was almost a chop of the arms. But now Himmelberg. Quick little give. Off to Riccardi, and the Giants are on the board. They do it well, GWS. They fight. They work it out. And despite the Dogs' hot start, the Giants only 1 point behind. Jakey Stringer going up for mark of the year. Almost dragged it down. So interesting to see Harry Himmelberg up in the forward 50 there. But Jake Riccardi kicks the opening goal for the GWS. Very interesting player, Jack Riccardi. I think that a lot of teams don't really talk about him too much and could be a player that gets pushed out of this Giants lineup as the season ends in the off-season, potentially. Seen a couple of big forwards being talked about in the next couple of years, of course, potentially wanting to move to different clubs with a huge rise of money for either side, for all players in the coming years. Looks like Harry Himmelberg's just going down the race for the moment. So English, he'll spike it forward only as far as Toby Green. He handles on the outside, finding Stone. He gathers, runs on the wing, runs a good 10 metres and sends it towards half forward. Leaping was Cadman, couldn't take the mark. Cleary, handball through to Bontempelli and now Johannesson. Back and touchdown, just got to kick away into the centre square. It's a dangerous looking kick. It spills for Williams. He got it out. I don't know if that was a legal handball, but the umpire says it's okay. Sanders to Dale, runs around, works the kick into the middle of the Monica Oval. It's a good-looking kick, and now they can go, the Dogs. The kick towards half-forward, Miss Liberatore. He chases after it. Stoneback gets shut down by Davidson. Got the handball away in time. Back to Iden. Runs away from him a little. O'Halloran. They can work it now, the Giants. Stone ran one way, then duck back. They just work it a little bit dangerously here, the Giants. Bontempelli, good spoil on Bedford. Try to kick it out of midair with Stone. Now Iden again. Did well, was clean. O'Halloran now to Tom Green. Low darting kick was nice to Cadman. So Cadman has the footy here. True centre wing. Right in front of the interchange gates here at Manuka. So Cadman just holds it up and now goes along towards the 50. Going back was English. Couldn't take the mark. Tom Green, little slap inside. Just missed Kelly. And now Liberatore wrapped up. In fact, it's Joel Frazier. Interesting start to his 2025 season. Playing a lot more midfield. A lot of people comparing him to his captain in Marcus Bontempelli. Tapped down and then eventually spiked from English. Sanders, handball towards Kennedy. Gathered it well. Got it onto the boot quickly. Bouncing ball down the wing. Tracking okay. Norton runs past him. Now Ash. Running the wrong way. Has to duck back. He did it nicely there, Ash. Looking for the 1-2 from Ware. Runs over the top and runs out of bounds. So early proceedings of this one, a very fast game of footy. So back in the ruck, Briggs with the tap at Frazier with the clearance. High spiral inside their forward 50. Hits the ground. Danger signs here for the Giants, but they do well. Stone takes his time, works the kick short, finds Thomas. He wants to go. Again, the breakneck speed of the Giants on full display here with Darcy Jones. He gathers on the wing, takes his time, works the kick low. Nice looking kick. Cadman, about 2 good kicks away from goal. He wheels on his trusty left, into the pocket towards the one-on-one. Had too much on it there for Hogan. Looks at the umpire, and he says, get back up, mate. You're a Coleman medalist. You can hold your own weight. Wasn't the greatest kick there going inside the forward 50 from Cadman. But now a dangerous forward stoppage here. Riccardi, little tap down. Stringer, fumbled. Buslinger holds him up. Trying to get it out of there. Dale threw that out. Umpire says it's okay. Coming through was Cleary. Hit almost high. And the Giants circulate and get a ball up. So Riccardi with a tap. Coming through was Richards. Kicked it into his own man. It was up in the air. Trying to take it was was Kennedy. Now Thomas beaten there. Ash, good handball. Found some space. O'Halloran's got stopped by Karmas. Wasn't a tackle though. So hits the ground. Harms held without it. Umpire still lets it play. Sanders with the spin and the handball out towards Frazier. He taps it on for Vandermeer. Fumbled. Kept it in. They work okay, but eventually seen out by Bedford. Real fast-paced game of footy in the early proceedings of this one. Still 12 minutes to go on this opening term. So just outside the Giants' forward 50. So umpire throws it back into play. Tap forward here for GWS. Frazier just shepherds for Bramble to take his time. Jams it on the boot. High up and under ball. Standing under it is Dolan, and he sees it out by Iden. Had a few early touches in his 100th game. A lot of people may not know this. Born in England, Connor Iden. Made his way into the AFL and It's been a great pickup for the Giants. Not one of their high draft picks a lot of people see the Giants showcase, but such an influential player in that D50. From the tap down, O'Halloran tried to thread it through a handball, missed his teammate. Frazier's kick was smothered. Harms up against Kelly. Kelly worried him out of it. Jammed it on the boot towards centre half forward for Jones. Up against Cleary. Jones worried him out of it. Broke through. Darcy Jones. He's such an electrifier. Just can't get there. And Buzzlinger cuts it off on the last line. Great work from Buzzlinger. Works the kick short. Dangerous kick. Not very good from the debutant. Turned it over to Callahan. And he did an even worse kick. Turned it over to Sanders. So now the Dogs in their back 50 with Bailey Williams. So he goes high and long out in that outer wing. Norton brought it to ground. Vandermeer immediately tackled by Ware. Got a kick away. West went to ground. Sees it out of bounds. True centre wing on the outer side. So, of course, this game was a huge rivalry for quite a few years, of course, with the prelim final way back in 2016, where the Giants were favourites but got beaten by the Dogs, who eventually went on to win the premiership. A couple of very big moments in these games in the past. Callahan runs after it with Harms, slapped it out, did okay. Riccardi on the up to Ware. He runs and gets onto his right boot. Towards the forward 50 he goes. 2-on-2. Lob going back. Buzzlinger at the front. Knocked it down to Cadman. Has a few handball options. Then kicks it high into the night sky. Won't make the distance in the goal square. O'Donnell missed the spoil. Darcy Jones smothered. Spills now to Thomas. He got it on his left. It goes up, and it's home. Great work from the Giants. The forward pressure was immense. And Harvey Thomas on the board. How you doing, Ollie? What are you up to tonight? So back in the middle. Riccardi with the tap. Frazier couldn't grab it cleanly. Green on the outside. Nice looking handball. They can go here, GWS. It's McMullen. Low ball inside the forward 50. Lead up was nice. Taken well by Stringer. Not much Buzzlinger could do. That kick from McMullen was inch perfect. So Jakey Stringer, of course, playing against his former side today. Went from the Bulldogs to Essendon. Now he's a Giant. Slams it into the post, that kick. He's been a little bit wayward so far in his first year in Orange. So English gives it back to Dale, who fires a low dart down the wing, but turns it over to Riccardi. Playing a lot of the ruck. Oh, free kick's been called out here, though. It's going to go to the Dogs' way. To Kennedy. He goes with a short ball, kicks it straight back to Riccardi. Not a great looking kick there. So Riccardi playing a lot of ruck in this early game. Just goes back to Iden. So he wants to switch it here, the Giants. They go with a full switch in the end. To Taylor. On the Telstra logo on the other half-back flank. He finds McMullen. Dropped the mark. Goes short with the kick. Picked up well. They work back here, the Giants. Eventually, kick forward was nice. So Callahan has the footy. So Callahan goes to the low ball towards half forward. Nice looking kick. The Giants want to go here. Kelly directing traffic in front of him. Now gets on that left towards the forward pocket in the one-on-one. Hogan was manhandled a lot, and he's going to win the free. So a free kick here to Jesse Hogan. Of course, the key defenders of the Dogs tonight have a lot of massive matchups to go up against. Of course, the biggest being Jesse Hogan. Oh, there's not a lot in it. I guess it is a bit of a drag down, isn't it? So Jesse Hogan yet to miss a shot on goal so far this year. He's kicked 15 goals straight. He comes in now with, well, I guess you can say he still hasn't missed this year, 15 goals straight, because that one's way out on the full. Lob in short. Good kick to Cleary. So, of course, in round one, had a massive hit up against Archer. Of course, was out for weeks with a concussion. He finds English and now Liberatore on the outer wing. He works the kick to Davidson. What a recruit he's been so far this year. Mature age recruit. He's been great off that wing. So Davidson sets it up in the 50 towards Vandermeer in a one-on-one, and Ash just takes it cool and calmly with the one hand. And now Callahan wants to switch it once again. A lot of switching the play so far in this one. He finds Thomas. Quickly he goes down the wing. Has to hit this one perfect, and he did. Jones with the gather. The kick inside wasn't the greatest. Riccardi has to go. Cleary was tackled. Dropped the footy. Umpire says play on, and Fraser finds Buslinger. So Buslinger, inside kick. Wasn't the greatest. He'll get back the handball, though. Racking up a few touches early. So he works it short now to English, and off they go the Dogs to Johannesen. He'll love to go for a bit of a run. Low darting ball towards Karmas. Got it spoiled by Buckley. He chases after it. Jones pushed away from it. Karmas good tap on. Dolan to Harms, and now Johannesen wrapped up. Tom Green, he's a great tackler. Locks him up in front of the interchange gates. So English for the tap down. Sanders is there with Kelly. Spills to Liberatore. Now Sanders jammed it on the boot. Up and under. Will be paid the mark. Well done from Buckley to spoil it. And it runs out of bounds again. Buckley looking good so far in this game. So tap down from Briggs. Himmelberg try to run. Let go of the footy. Bedford, Whitfield, and now Ash. Kicks it on the outer wing. Nice looking kick. Hits up Hogan. So we go through the short ball. They work it down the wing here, the Giants. They keep on working this well. Riccardi has it now at half forward. He's just holding it up for the moment because he's waiting for people to get inside their forward 50. So Riccardi, lateral. Kick to find Taylor. He's got Whitfield in short, decides to not go there. Taylor knows his limitations. Eventually does find Whitfield. So the Giants just taking a very cautious approach here. They've been doing this quite a bit early in this game. Tom Green right in front of his fan club. So now Tom Green blasted inside the forward 50, looking for someone to fly. Lob brought it down. Thomas quick hands, missed Bedford, and it runs out. The Orange Tsunami, they've started pretty well here, Mario. How you doing, man? Looks absolutely packed inside the Tom Green fan club over there. At Manuka Oval, of course. He's the one who designed this jumper as well tonight. They're wearing their Anzac jumper, GWS, for their second year in a row. Briggs with the tap down. Callahan looked at his options, directed the kick towards goal, and he kicks it out to the left-hand side. So now the Dogs. Richards, short little ball. Nice ball to find Kennedy. What a career, what a season he's had for the Dogs in his first year at the Bulldogs, of course. Now Cleary to Johannesen. Just holds it up for the moment. And now he goes. Kicks it towards half forward, looking for someone to fly. One of them is Harms. He couldn't get there. Hits the ground though. Bontempelli kicks it towards goal. and he just hooks it across the face. Only needs a moment, Marcus Bontempelli. What a return he had last week. Came on, first game of the year, was best on ground against the Saints. So Ash went long, and he gets the free kick here, Whitfield. So Dolan gives away the free kick. Whitfield looking corridor, he wants to go, just doesn't have that option and turned it right over. Vandermeer wasn't ready for it, he dropped the mark, and now Callahan working it well here, the GWS. Himmelberg over the top to Jones, he's been good so far, has a lead-up option, and just hit it perfectly to Riccardi. So Whitfield making his way off the ground at the moment. Doesn't look the greatest, limping a little. So it seems like he's got a bit of a foot issue here, Lockie Whitfield. In a lot of pain, so hopefully he's okay. Just maybe needs a little bit of a Panadol or something. Meanwhile, Jake Riccardi comes around the body. Will it bend enough? Oh, you bet it does. Great finish from Jake Riccardi. He's got two. Been around the mark for a long time at GWS. Maybe tonight could be his night. Oh, he's grabbing at his Achilles there, Lockie Whitfield. Or is it a calf? I don't know. But he went down very gingerly as he got that kick away. They're checking his foot right now, Lockie Whitfield. Hopefully everything's okay on that end. Free kick's been ripped out here at the clearance. It will be Tim English's free kick. So English blasts it long towards Norton. It gets out the back. Davidson runs away on the left boot. Tucked up in the pocket in the goal square. Just knocks it through for a behind. So now Ash goes to the kick outside the defensive 50. Oh, the kick to Bedford was great, but he dropped the setter. Liberatore to Richards from outside 50. Goes to the top of the goal square. Bontempelli couldn't mark Harms. About to dodge and weave and duck and kick and goal. Great work from James Harms. Well, they needed that one, the Dogs, just to stay in touch early in this game. And a great finish from James Harms, back in the team this week. So a good finish there from James Harms. Dogs get their second. Of course, the premiership player at the D's a couple of years ago. Then lost his spot at the Melbourne Footy Club. Moved over to the Dogs and is providing an impact. So currently Lockie Whitfield getting his foot strapped. So hopefully he's okay. Massive out if he was to be subbed out of this one. English with the tap forward. Liberatore wrapped up by Briggs. Kennedy works the kick forward on the bounce inside the forward 50. Bontempelli tracks it, tapped it towards Vandermeer, out the back to Davidson on the right boot, up and under, try and get under that one, he says. Went up was Frazier, couldn't take the mark, Liberatore, out the back to Sanders, running backwards here to work forwards to English. Blasted into the forward pocket, looking for Norton, almost dragged it in, got it, gathered it in the second attempt on the ground, handball backwards from McMullen, the kick was dangerous though, Richards fumbled, Green, handballed inside, Briggs, and now the Giants can repel through Stone. Eventually to Kelly, a low ball down the middle of the ground, finds Hogan. He's looking for a handball on the bounce to Tom Green, and now the Giants can go on the outer wing. Towards the one-on-one, it's a free kick here going to the Giants in O'Halloran. How you doing, Riley? What are you up to tonight? O'Halloran, short kick on the lead up to Cadman. A little bit too hot for him. It spills out the back though. Toby Green weaves around his opponent, but then the kick was in straight into the person in front of him. And a free kick's going to be called here. It's going to be to the Bulldogs. Yeah, it's a pretty close competition at the moment, Murray. I agree with you. So a free kick here to the Dogs. So Richards runs his full measure, ducks past his man on the mark and takes a second bounce. We want to take a third. No, he looks up the ground, drives the ball inside the forward 50 towards the 2-on-2. West couldn't mark. Ware, quick handball, working it well. And now Ash runs away from Davidson. Got the kick away, bouncing ball down the wing, got a lucky bounce, runs over the top. It will keep on tracking the boundary line, eventually rolls out. So Whitfield's still feeling the back of his calf here. He looks like he will make his way back onto the ground, at least to test it. So English with a tap down. Eventually finds it to Davidson. Goes with a low ball towards the forward 50. Going back there was Stone. Couldn't take the mark. In fact, it was Taylor. Norton spun 360. Should be rewarded here, Sam Taylor, and it is. Great work there from Taylor to lock him up. So Marcus Bontempelli are playing up forward at the moment. Taylor goes to his last line of defence to his mate Buckley. Again, they go to switch the play. Iden has the footy. Racking up a lot of touches in this first quarter. 50 seconds left in this first quarter of this game. It goes a high, long ball up the wing. Himmelberg can't take it. No, Donald spikes it out of bounds. So the GWS defenders racking up the disposals in this first quarter. Lockie Ash with 11 touches leads all comers on the ground. So back in the ruck. Briggs with the tap. Green with a gather. Handballed onto Kelly. Quick jammed it on the boot. Towards half forward to Stringer and Buslinger. Two players on different ends of their career. And Jake Stringer stands up to it. Breaks past his opponent. Drives it towards goal and misses. So a short ball now, the Dogs finds to Johannesson. I would say the Giants have slightly won this quarter. I think the scoreline reads pretty truthful at the moment. Johannesson up the wing. Up went Norton. Couldn't take the mark. Himmelberg. Back to Taylor. Inside give to Stone. Himmelberg too hot for him. Now Williams wrapped up. Got the handball away only as far as Stone, who got it on the up. About the siren's going to sound. And there is your quarter time scoreline. A great first quarter, really entertaining stuff in the nation's capital, but it is the Giants who lead by a goal. 3-3-23 to the Dogs, 2-3-15. Alrighty, so let's just have a quick look at the statistics. That one. Alright, so looking at it right now, Jake Riccardi leads all comers with the 44 on the AFL fantasy front. 2 goals, 5 touches. He's been brilliant so far. Lockie Ash with the leading disposal getter with the 11 touches and the 42 fantasy points. Connor Stone, I've got him on my bench, which is just fucking brilliant with the 32 in the first quarter. Leading all comers for the Dogs is Tom Liberatore with the 9 touches as well. And, oh, hang on. I've got Riley Sanders for the 21. What's Davidson on? 15. I mean, I'll take it. Buslinger having a very good first quarter with 25 AFL fantasy points, 4 disposals, 3 marks as well, and a tackle. He's had a good start, Jed. Is it Jed? Jed. Buslinger. Like the name, too. Buslinger is a real beamer, that one. I don't know if that's a real way to describe his name, but I really like it. Bring it back to here. Oh my god, I'm so sick of the fucking election ads, bro. Fuck them off, I don't care. I'm watching the footy, bro. Fuck off. Been watching the footy all fucking day and all these shitty ads. Oh my god. Fuck off. So what is everyone else doing tonight? Are we all watching the footy as well, or are we all just do we have a life? That's the real question I'm asking you guys. So yeah, it's okay if you don't. Trust me. So it is supposed to rain today at this game at some point. We'll have to wait and see when that comes. It's pretty perfect conditions at the moment, though. So players starting to move back into positions for the second quarter. So it looks like Rory Lobb's making his way to the forward side of the ground. Very interesting call here. Obviously started this game in defence. So I think they're a little bit concerned by Buckley and Sam Taylor both intercepting with ease in that first quarter. But the second term about to get underway. So the umpire ready to bounce. Here we go. So English, of course, up against Briggs. Briggs with the tap. Won it to Callaghan on the up to Briggs. Got the kick away towards half forward. Jones, good mark. He wants to go, has a lot of leaders, just has to pick the right option. He goes to the top of the goal square. Hogan is there. Hogan almost dragged it down. Stringer, back to Hogan. He ducks, he weaves, he sends it high. It won't make the distance in the goal square. Oh, great mark from Kennedy. Such a tough player. A lot of people may not remember this, but of course he was a Giant for the first few years of his career. So Kennedy goes with a kick up the wing. Nice looking ball. Hits up Bontempelli. He wants to go. The kick inside wasn't the greatest. Couldn't take the mark down low as Whitfield. Dolan, off he goes. Handball over the top to Karmas. Only one option up forward. That's where he goes high and long towards Norton. Wasn't a great looking kick. Taylor will get the free. How you doing, Mark? What are you up to? Going for the Giants tonight, are we? So it gives it back to Kelly. Handball wide to Buckley. A lot of the defenders of the Giants racking up disposals early in this game. Runs his full measure, Buckley. Kick towards Jones. Don't know about that option. Running after it, though, is Harms, then Bramble. Jones provided a contest, did it really well on Stringer. It scores his opponent over the boundary line. So umpire throws it back into play. Briggs with a tap. Straight to Bedford. Couldn't grab it. Slapped out of the air by Kennedy. Spills to Ware. Up and under kick. Jones is the only option here in orange. Up, went a little bit closer than that though. Thomas. Richards did well to Kennedy. He goes towards half forward. Looking for Norton. Just runs out of bounds. And that'll be a win for the Dogs. So Aaron Norton hasn't really seen much of it yet, of course, such an important player for them, while Darcy is out for the next couple of months. Oh, fuck, that fucking hurt. English with the tap, runs past Callahan, they'll just do it again. So, early stages, second quarter, Giants have had a lot of the territory early. Sorry, Bulldogs have. But yeah, like I said, defenders of the Giants racking them up early. Lockie Ash obviously had 11 disposals to quarter time. Connor Stones had 9. Throws it in once again. Tap down, straight to Bontempelli out the back. Harms jams it on the boot. High up and under ball. Karmas is there. Iden as well. Neither could get there. It spills at the back. Barkley and Lob. Lob with the gather. The snap on goal. This will be something. Can't squeeze it home. Got great work from Rory Lobb just to get onto the boot and almost directed it home. So Lockie Whitfield will take the kick in here. I'll bet my house that he will kick that straight out the square, and he did. Very well done. Short to Stone. Stone just racking them up just to kind of like give my fantasy team the up yours. Because I didn't pick him this week. I put him on the bench. Short to Ash. So now Ash. Great looking kick. Just hits up Bedford, who just glided into a little pocket of space. And he goes long towards a 2-on-2. He goes up, was Hogan, brought it down with a soft drop to Jones. He'll sprint away from O'Donnell, leaves him in his wake. Little puff of steam as he chugs forward. High ball towards a 2-on-1. Fraser gets back well. Oh, but he's given away a free kick. It was Bailey Dale up against Toby Green to give away a certain goal. It was there, but it was tough. Darcy Jones had a great start to this game for the GWS. But this will give an absolute certainty for Toby Green. So Toby Green, not much distance. Slightish angle. Nothing will stop this man from kicking that one. First goal of the second term goes to the Giants. So, of course, Toby Green has a very interesting history with this Bulldogs footy club. Of course, we've seen him kick a person in the back of the... Was it kick in the back of the scone? Or he definitely kicked someone in the back. He's had a lot of history with this against the Bulldogs. I think they're going to show it on the highlight reel here. So he's had a game of 5 goals, a game of 7 goals, a game of 4 goals in his previous years. And... they're not showing all the other stuff, okay? Fine, have it your way. Have you show the stuff we actually care about, like the kicking? Anyway, doesn't matter. All that matters right now is that Toby Green kicks his first goal. Playing a lot of the midfield this year as well, Toby Green. I actually don't mind it. Briggs with the tap, spills to Kennedy, he'll get the clearance. Spiral ball inside the forward 50. Bontempelli got hands onto it. Soft drop for Fraser. Step through one, the handball to the Bont. Over the top to Lob. He'll run onto the goal line and he's kicked the goal only just, I believe. Oh, he has. He made it look difficult, Roy Lob, but the goal is all that matters. Almost made a meal of it there, Rory Lobb, but he did the job. Great work from Joel Frazier. Just get that handball over the top to give Bontempelli space. And then Rory Lobb did absolutely everything he could to muck this up, but he couldn't miss it in the end. And he knew, smile on his face, that he almost stuffed that up. I prefer Rory Lobb with bleach blonde hair, but let me know in the chat, guys, who you think, what hairstyle you like from Rory Lobb. English with the tap down. Miss Kennedy. Toby Green picked it up in between his legs somehow. Handballed forward to space. Davidson gets back first. Handballed out the back. The Dogs work it on this close side wing, but it's out on the full. So Ware will get the free kick. Kick on the inside. He finds Callahan. So goal to either side in this early stages of the second term. Short ball. Finds Lockie Whitfield. And he finds Tom Green. Really underrated season so far from Tom Green. He'll drive it to the top of the goal square, looking for one of his tools. Hogan's there, so is Riccardi, pushed underneath it. And it's going to be a free kick to Riccardi, I believe it is. Riccardi a chance here for his third goal. He's looking the most dangerous of the Giants' tools. So Jake Riccardi for his third goal in the early stages of the second term, and he blasts it through. Giants respond. God, there wasn't a lot in that free kick to Riccardi. Jesus. Oh, I don't know. I don't think... I don't know. I mean, it's so inconsistent playing as a defender, isn't it? Like, there was barely anything, but we see a lot of that happen. There's umpires just say, get on with it. We've seen a lot more than that not paid, but then that one is... I don't know. If you're here on this stream to find out when the umpires are going to be consistent, sorry to disappoint you. So back in the middle we go. Briggs with the tap down. Green couldn't grab it off the ground. Bontempelli did well. Ducked out of trouble as Liberatore finds Richards. He swings onto his left, ducks back inside, then drives it long to the top of the goal square for lob. Buckley going back, dropped the mark. Oh, he's trapped it! And he's ran through James Harms and he's stolen a goal. He kicks his second. Jack Buckley had an absolute mare of a moment, and the Dogs get the quick reply. I like this step from Richards. Callahan went onto his left boot, as you would expect, but Richards just ducked back inside, got a long kick inside the forward 50, and I mean, you can't really expect Buckley to turn that over, but Harms was in the right spot. And the crowd sitting there, the Giant supporters, have hands in heads, just thinking, heads in hands, thinking, what has Buckley done there? And he's done the same act too. The Dogs will be happy with that finish. So 5 points to the margin. So back in the middle we go. Briggs up against Karmas. Briggs wins the tap. Frazier did well to gather. Stepped past the tackler. Got it away only just in time to Karmas. Bontempelli back to Sanders. Sanders has his time. Works the kick out wide. Nice kick to Johannesson. On the outer wing, he goes towards half forward to Richards. Great kick. So Richards now gets back onto his left boot, runs his full arc, kicks a low dart inside the forward 50. Don't know if it was meant for Harms. It gets past him to Norton. Kicks on his right boot. It skids off his boot. Spills out the back. Dolan is there. Whitfield, that was a throw. Umpire says play on. Cleared by Ware. Cadman worried out of it. West got tackled hard by Bedford. Handball out to Bontempelli. He tracks it. Taps it out of the danger zone for Sanders. Spills past him for Johannesson. Quick kick. Quick goal. Dogs are in front. What a game of football we are witnessing in the nation's capital. It is a blistering game with the Dogs taking the lead. Well, Johannesson's found it hard to get into this team on a regular basis in recent years, but the last couple of weeks he's found some consistency in his form, and he kicks a nice goal there, of course, 2016 Norm Smith medalist. So 1 point the difference. Jake Riccardi jumps into the ruck here up against Karmas. Terrible bounce by the umpire. Tap down from Riccardi. Free kick's been ripped out here by the umpire. It's going to go the Dogs' way once again. It's Bontempelli having a real impact in this game. 10 touches, a lot of score involvements. What a great sight to see him back. Short ball to Fraser. He wants to go on the outside. Decides to just go inside that forward 50. Put it back in the danger zone for Lobb. Couldn't take the mark. McMullen worried out of it. On the handball to Whitfield. Riccardi jammed it on the boot. Dribbling ball down the wing. Stringer, great gather. Pass to tackler. The kick over the top. Finds his teammate. Did well to Cadman. Gets back onto his left. And now drives a long ball. A good 70-metre kick. Looking for someone. Don't really know who. Budslinger picks it up. Quick handball. Long to his teammate. Actually did it okay to Williams. Spun a full 360. Budslinger worried out of it by Thomas. And eventually spills out of bounds. A little bit unlucky there, Budslinger. I don't know about the handball. He rocketed a 30-metre high handball to Williams. And Williams probably did well for a pretty tough ball to gather. So Riccardi just fumbled it. Sanders backed to Harms. Put it on the boot. Towards the wing. Lobb was there, so is Norton. Taylor gets there first. Quick handball on the up to Ash. Locked up by West. Eventually finds it in his possession. Taylor sits on top and it'll be a ball up. Dogs been a lot better in the contested attributes of this second term. Players starting to get back into position for this stoppage. Karmas up against Riccardi. Riccardi, little tap at the back on as far as Fraser. Harms, handball over the top to Richards. He'll blast away from the stoppage. Tumble punt inside the forward 50 and way too wide. Don't really think Richards used that right boot very often. Usually a placeholder for his left foot kicks, but maybe that's the reason why he doesn't use it too often. That one goes way out on the full. So Buckley has the footy now. Hold a 1-point advantage here, the Dogs. So now Buckley goes up that wing, looking for Karmas to fly. Oh, up went Cadman! Nearly dragged it down. Harms with the handball at the back. Giants trying to get it forward here. O'Halloran went in hard, worried out of it by Dale. Harms, handball at the back, Budslinger. Sanders, back to Budslinger. That should work this well, the Dogs. Working in the midfield there was Cleary, socket off the ground by Bontempelli. Davidson with the gather. Step past the tackler and drives it inside the forward 50. Lobb stands unopposed. Beaten by Taylor. Norton, handball out towards his teammate there in Vandermeer. Ware worried out of it. Iden worried out of it as well. Richards, step past one, got a handball away. Vandermeer worried out of it by Ware. That was a throw. Umpire didn't see it. West makes it pay. That was 100% a throw. I think it was West. No, sorry, it wasn't West. I'll have to look at that again, but whoever that was for the Dogs, absolutely fair dinkum through it. Here it is, Richards. Oh, it's Vandermeer, I think. No. Oh. That was Joel Fraser. That was one of the biggest throws you'd ever see. Oh, maybe he did handball it. I don't know, Matt. That was... Fraser actually did that really well. I'll give him that. He got these fists to it. You give that. So what on there from Riley West and the Dogs. Just giving themselves a little bit of an advantage early in this second quarter. So 7 points the margin. Dogs lead it. Be able to get a couple of goals in a row. Not a terrible bounce. Umpire doesn't want to call that one back. English right tracks it. Do well there, the Giants. Ware up to Riccardi. Kicked, tumbled inside the forward 50. Jones with the gather. Free kick's been called out, though. It's going to go Dogs' way. Toby Green gives that one away. Williams will take it. So Williams calling for someone to lead up at him. Oh, he tricks Cadman out of it and runs straight through the guts of Monica Oval. He drives it towards half forward for Karmas in a one-on-one. Oh, strong hands! Buku. Karmas takes a brilliant mark. He's got Sanders on 50. He's looking further than that, looking for Lobb. That's where it's going to go towards the one-on-one. Buckley and Lobb couldn't make it, and then eventually spoiled out of bounds. But the Dogs looking really dangerous at the moment. They want to put some more scoreboard pressure at the moment while they've got the ascendancy in this game. So throws it back into play, the umpire. English takes it out of the right. Quick handball, missed his target. West, wrapped up by a couple of Giants, and it's another stoppage. So tap down from English once again. Spills out to Liberatore. And he just misses. So it's 8 points the margin. Ash works it short. So now McMullen goes with a wide-looking kick. So the Giants, again, just going into this slow play. Ware has the footy at half back on the outer side. So Ware just drives a high ball up this wing once again. Maybe the Giants need to find a little bit of a different way to try and move the footy. English drops the sitter. Free kick's been called out here. It's going to go GWS's way. And it's Cadman. The inside kick wasn't 15 to Kelly, so he had to immediately get rid of it. Ash slipped on the turf. Somehow got it up to Kelly, who had a little bit of space. Drives it inside the forward 50 to Hogan. Just too strong, big Jesse. And an opportunity to get the Giants back within 2 points. Just too big, Jesse Hogan up against O'Donnell. Just held his backside into O'Donnell to give him the drop zone. And a brilliant take in the hands. So Jesse Hogan, he's kicked 18 goals in a row since his last point. He's lethal in front of the big sticks. An opportunity back in the team this week. And he's missed. Well, there you go. He is human. So Bramble will take the kick in here for the Bulldogs. So he goes up this outer side wing again. Looking for the flyer. Up went Norton. There's a good grab. So Aaron Norton just on the defensive side of the wing here. It's a real big marking contest for him, and he took it well. Low ball towards Liberatore. What a great start of the season he's had. A lot less responsibility on him now that Bontempelli is back, but still such a competitor. Goes towards the 50. Norton is there. Couldn't get there in time. Callahan spilled it out. Frazier got his kick smothered. Spills now to Davidson. He did well. Quick handball up to Sanders. Further out wide to Liberatore. He breaks away from Green on the right boot. Towards the pocket for Karmas. Iden did well. So Connor Iden has it now. It's been good so far in his 100th game. So Iden goes up the wing, looking for a lead up. Does it pretty well. Hogan paid the mark. He's just threatening this game, Jesse Hogan, at the moment, but just not being able to trouble the scorers so far. Just not able to take full control of this game just yet. Got a couple of lead-up options, telling players to get wide. Goes for a 2-on-2, now 3-on-3. Cadman Briggs is there, hits the ground. Bramble quickly onto his boot. Thumps it back and it'll be taken to intercept. Well there by Stone. Racking up a few touches in this early part of the first half, Connor Stone. So they're going with a big switch here to Iden. They go right back into their defensive 50. It's a dangerous looking kick. Norton was hot on it. Spoils it away. Can he get back onto his boot? He can. Norton on the right. Great work. Missed the kick though. Callahan up against Lob. Callahan keeps it in front of him. Handballed it away. Just in time and the Giants get away with it. So Callahan will get a free kick here in the back pocket. So the Giants just couldn't switch the play there. The kick from Iden was way too lofted. And they were lucky to get away with that there, GWS. So Callahan takes the free kick. Going on this commentary side. Long kick up and Toby Green. Couldn't take the mark though. Trying to fish it out. Did okay. Himmelberg to Tom Green. No, in fact, he goes further back to Ware. High up and under ball. Going back with the flight. Can't take the mark. It was Aaron Cadman and it goes out of bounds. A lot of big flies tonight. No one's been able to clunk it though. So Briggs takes it out of the ruck. Handball, turned it over to Kennedy. Further back here to Harms. He broke a tackle. Did it well. James Harms having a really good game so far. Gives it off to Liberatore. Runs his full measure. Drives it long to Lob. 2-on-1. Going back. Taylor couldn't take the mark. Ware wrapped up by West. Ball up. So they've been pretty dangerous in these forward stoppages in this second term, the Dogs. Who's going to go on the fly? You've got Liberatore, Bontempelli. Doesn't seem to be at this contest, though. Kennedy is there. Briggs spikes it out of there towards the outer side of the stoppage and spills out of bounds. So can the Dogs get another one here, give themselves a pretty big buffer in the stages of this game. It's a real tough game of footy here in the nation's capital tonight. 7 minutes still to play in the second quarter. So umpire throws it back into play once again. English pushed underneath it. Briggs with a tap down. Couldn't gather it was Ware. Did well there, Liberatore. Off to James Harms. A chance for his third. Oh, what a game he's having, James Harms. Come back into the team this week, James Harms. Just making Luke Beveridge, keeping him on notice, saying, don't drop me again. I thought Harms has kicked 3. Or maybe that was Riley West. No, he has got 3. I was right. Yeah, I was going to say. So the Dogs break out to a 13-point lead. Giants need to respond, and Briggs is going to do so here. Thumps it inside the forward 50, a long 70-metre bomb. Couldn't take the Marcus Himmelberg. Green, quick boots a ball, and just misses. So Lockie Bramble will take the kick in here for the Dogs. He goes commentary side with the kick towards a one-on-one. Couldn't get there. Well done from Ware to bring it to ground. Back to Bedford. Further on to Ware, and everyone's out of bounds. You're back, Boston. Good to see you again. What's the score in the A-League? I didn't even look. Who was the game? Who were the teams playing? Was it City and Auckland? Is that who you said? City and Auckland, yeah. Who do you go for? So back in the ruck. English with the tap down. Just past Kennedy. Past pretty much everyone except for Bedford. Gave it off to Green. Spiral ball inside the forward 50. In front is Hogan. Can't do much about that. Jesse Hogan takes the mark. 0-0 at halftime. Okay, fair enough. So a good mark there from Jesse. Opportunity here for Hogan to get the Giants back within a kick. With a signature stutter step, Hogan comes in. That's more like it from Big Jesse. Giants back to within 1 goal. You're rooting for Melbourne City because you go for Sydney FC. Okay. Is that they need that for finals, I think? I would assume. So what a career he's made at the Giants. Not kicked out of the Fremantle, but never really got going. Moved to the Giants as basically a nothing sort of trade. No one really saw much of it. And what a performance he's been in the Orange. So 5:40 left in this first half. English with the tap down. Spills out to Green. Up and under ball into the centre square. Turned over. Williams couldn't take the mark though. About to get tackled. Further back with the handball to Bramble. Worried out of it by Stringer. And the umpire calls for the free. Oh, you got both finals on the line? So what is the... I haven't even looked at the A-League much. I used to watch it a bit, but I don't really watch it much anymore. So now Bramble goes up the wing. It's a nice-looking kick. Kennedy read it okay. Just got pushed out of it by his own teammate Dolan. Harms went in hard. Kennedy further back to Richards. Pushed out of it. Stone with the gather. The kick was a bit wayward. Goes to a centre-half back. Buzzlinger went in hard. Missed the footy, though. Johannesson. Quick handball. Sanders to Buzzlinger. He's running into a bit of trouble. Got the handball clear, though. And away go the Dogs on the outer side. Dale off to Davidson. Further on to Dale. And he can go now. True centre wing. He'll run his full measure. Drive a low ball inside the forward 50. Didn't have enough for his teammate to get over the top. Stone. In fact, it's Daler. And now Whitfield goes right back into his defensive goal square to Buckley. So can the Giants get this switch to work now? Buckley calls for someone to lead. It wasn't a great looking kick. Harms did okay, but Kelly somehow claimed the mark. Kelly wants to go through the corridor. Eventually just drives it long towards a one-on-one. Hogan couldn't take it in the air. Johannesson, quick give off to Bramble. He'll break back inside. Burns off Toby Green. The kick inside the forward 50. Too much on it. Taylor got it touched away from him though by Lob. And now Ash can go. Kicks it on the outer side. Whitfield takes the mark. He'll rebound for fun. Goes to the kick over the top. Nice kick. Finds Himmelberg. You like the look of the ladder? It's cool how the logo affects. Yeah, I thought I'd do something different this year for the stream, and I think it looks really good. I appreciate you saying that, man. Because I know you've been here over the last year or so. So a free kick's going to go the Giants' way in the middle of the ground. It's going to go to, it's Kieran Briggs, in fact. A lot of them Giants players have this like brunette coloured hair with a buzz cut. It's really hard to decipher which one's which. These tall guys have the same fucking haircut. Could one of you get like dreadlocks, please? So Taylor runs away, gives it off to Ash. Usually a great user. The kick just travels through 15 to Toby Bedford. I don't know if that was 15, but Bedford will claim it. Well, he's been well beaten in this first half by Bontempelli. But a goal here to get his team all square would do this team wonders. Of course, started his career as a small forward at the Demons. Didn't get much of a go there. Moves over to the Giants. Has been a lethal recruit. So Toby Bedford winds up from outside 50. Has he got the distance? Oh, you bet he does. Toby Bedford blasts one home. Scores are all level. You're a good mate of mine, Boundary? Oh, cheers, man. I don't really know much about you, but you've given me some real support over the last year or so I really appreciate that. Great finish there from Toby Bedford. Ran a little bit of an arc. Sometimes that can worry the kicker, but Bedford just drew that back brilliantly. So Bontempelli just has to be a little bit careful now. Has to keep an eye on Bedford, not just running away from him. So a good finish there from Toby Bedford. Scores are all square. It's been a real up and down contest so far in this first half. So back in the middle we go. Briggs with the tap out the back. Missed Callahan. Liberatore immediately wrapped up. Tap down. Spills Bontempelli. Handballed forward to the voice of Kennedy. Just missed him. Ash coming off the back 50. Got it off the green. Briggs. They work it through hands. Great tackle from Vandermeer. Just when Callahan was about to break away, Vandermeer shut him down. He's got Davidson leading inside the 50. Wants to go a little bit shorter than that. Not really directed very well. Almost took it down low was Lob. Play on. Ash. Little tap. They work it out in the end, the Giants. And a chance here to maybe take a late lead. Ash with a low dart down the wing. Turned it over to Johannesson. The kick inside to Frazier. He's got Bramble. Uses him as almost a decoy. Kicks it inside the forward 50 once again. Not a very good kick at all. It was going to be, if it wasn't going to be taken by Callahan, which it was, it would be taken by Briggs. Here he goes. Finds Jake Stringer on a bit of a run. He drives a low ball towards the forward 50. A good 60-metre ball to Harvey Thomas. He got over the top. They've got numbers everywhere. Toby Green. He'll run it into the open goal. And... oh, he's missed. Oh, Toby Green. What is he doing? Oh, Toby Green. He had every right to go kick the goal, but he did have a handball option, and the kick was just an absolute mung. So Sanders try to get it outside their defensive 50, but spoiled away, and the Giants lock it inside their forward half. Toby Green still looking like he's bemused at how he's missed that goal. Tell you the coolest part about me? All right, tell me, man. Tell me. So just outside the forward 50 for Giants. Under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Richards spills past him. Bontempelli as well. Comes off the boot of Bedford and runs out of bounds just inside the forward 50. Briggs with the tap. Green couldn't gather. Dives on top of it. Richards fed it out well. Kennedy, they work it okay here, the Dogs. Great work from English. Over the top to Kennedy. He'll drive the ball forward. Dolan was there, so was Norton. Oh, just over the head of Lob. Free kick's been ripped out, though. Going to go the Dogs' way to Norton. So a late chance here for the Dogs. Norton, kick towards the 50. It's a bit of a spiral ball. Richards with that gather. The kick and the miss. Everything, in fact. Ed Richards, not a very good kick. He just got pushed as he kicked, though, so not really much against him. So the Giants for 55 seconds. We just want to repel. Long kick up the wing. Try to bring it to ground. There was Taylor. Rolls out of bounds. I'm on Amazon Prime series called The Narrow Road to the Deep. That's one of the most famous shows in Australia. Number one show in Australia. Oh, okay. What do you do on the show? From English, try to tap it down to Bontempelli. Taps it to his own advantage. Richards tracks it, so does Ash. He missed it. Dolan spills out now to Liberatore. Snapping ball towards the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Lob almost claimed it. Ball, both huge amount of players just jump on top and another ball up. Giants have got to hold strong here with 30 seconds left. Been a great first half. A lot of swings and roundabouts about this game, but can someone get on the fly? Ball hits the ground, free kick's going to be called out. It's going to go to the Dogs' way in English. Briggs is still arguing, but the umpire won't be changing his mind now. And English will have this shot on halftime. It's a prisoner of a war character. Oh, okay. Oh, I may have to check that out, actually. I don't have Amazon Prime, but I'll have to. There's a couple of shows I like on there, so I may have to actually get it. But Tim English on the stroke of halftime. A chance here to give the Dogs the lead. A lot of boos from the Giants fans. He stares down this challenge and he nails it. Great finish from the big ruckman. The Dogs take the lead into halftime. So at halftime, the Giants down by 5 points after a late goal from the Dogs. 7-6-48, down by 5 against the Dogs. 8-5-53. My character gets camera time like walking off set. Oh, okay, so you're like an extra or something. That's still pretty cool, though. All right, guys, so we're back in about 15 or so minutes with the second half. G'day guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 109. To be honest, he's got away with it. Yeah. And Richmond definitely may have got the flog of the week this week as well, but I think I'm giving it to this person because they very much treated him like a star AFL footballer rather than a person who's in society. Now, I don't like to necessarily bring up, I've said this a lot of times, like I don't really like the role model, way of looking at things, just because I think that at the end of the day, they are human and they can do things that they want. And if they're not hurting anyone, I don't think it's that big a deal. When you give the finger to someone like Bailey Smith did over the weekend, like he faked like this or whatever, I don't give a fuck if he does that. Who cares? Get over it. He hasn't hurt anyone. But when you're physically punching someone in the fucking head and punching people and assaulting people, I don't think that's... I think you can bring up the role model card there. We don't want people doing that. Yeah. And I don't know if we should necessarily like give him jail time, but when you look at it, I'm sure there would be people who do the exact same act like that and would get it.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's ridiculous that he's, in my opinion, got away with it. That's what I think anyway. What do you think about the whole thing?
I think he should have got more than what he did, 100%. He's an AFL footballer. He is a role model to a lot of kids. And what does it set an example for these people?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's all right, kids, you can go do that on a Saturday night, but, you know, you can still play footy, still play the game you love, get paid for it.
Yeah.
And it only costs you a couple bucks.
Yeah, basically nothing, really. I mean, you think about the wage that he would be on, it wouldn't have meant anything to him. Now, just a quick breaking news story here. Connor Nash has been sent directly to the tribunal for the strike on Brian Myers, while Geelong's agitator, fuck off, Bailey Smith, has been fined twice, including the one for flipping the bird. Are you kidding me? He got another fine for that? He did fucking nothing. Now, the ball thing, I think, is stupid in itself. I don't even
think... How did you get for that one?
So, hang on, let me have a quick look. So, the one with Nash is obviously going straight to the tribunal. The misconduct, which is the one with the ball to the face, got $1,875. The obscene gesture as a second offence, because he did it last week as well. How much do you think it was? So the first one was $1,875. That was the ball to the face. What do you think the giving the finger essentially was?
It should have been less. It should have been no more than $1,200.
It was the exact same, $1,875.
I think to be honest, the one to the head should have been nearly closer to a week of.
No.
He forcibly threw it at him.
I mean, it's a fucking ball. I mean,
well,
I think...
yeah, I know, but it's more. That was more intent to throw it at him.
No, I guess. But I mean, I don't even think they should have. I personally don't even think he should have got a fine for it. I think it's like a big deal. I mean, a free kick I think is enough. I think on the field that's more than enough. But I mean, whatever.
I knew he was going to get a fine for it. I knew 100% he was going to get
the fact that he got a fine for giving the bird is ridiculous. Again,
I
look, that one I actually get more than the one in the Adelaide Crows game because the guy was screaming over the fucking.
Yeah, but the thing is that it was funny. The one on Easter Monday that he gave. It actually revved up the crowd.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that...
And this is the thing as well. They'll fucking use this as advertisement for the next time they play against each other.
Yeah.
So the AFL are just going to fucking have another fucking wank over themselves. They're going to use this for advertisement to make more publicity for the next Hawthorn v Geelong game. Even though they punish these players for having some sort of personality on the field.
Yeah.
Like, I got to tell you, if you're a Hawthorn fan and you yelled it in the crowd, by all power to you. If you're still angry about that, you're a fucking loser. Get over it. He fucking gave the finger to the crowd. If you get angry while you're at the game or, you know, you fucking yell out, oh, you're a fucking idiot, Bailey, take another Instagram post, you fuckwit. Like, whatever. Have a go like that. He's sitting there on the field playing football, the game that you'd probably want to play. Like, I think you have the right, you can yell over something stupid. But that's ridiculous, I think, anyway. And speaking of crowd stuff, I mean, we can bring that up as well. The Swan supporter on the weekend throwing that thing at the throwing the clapper thing at Aliir. Now, he was a younger guy, so I don't want to bag him out too much, but what was he thinking?
It's just not what you do. Like, when you're at the football...
Trust me, for one thing, I'm not the most well-behaved person at the football. So...
But you don't touch them, you don't throw things at them.
Yeah.
And I think... He knows it was a mistake.
Yeah. As soon as he did it, he was like, oh, fuck, what the hell did I do that for?
Yeah, I think the way that he was... To be honest, the way it was handled, how I'm seeing some reports is bullshit from people that have come out and said that he was reprimanded, he was talked to by the police, and he was thrown in jail. I think that's over the top for that incident. But
yeah,
I think the way... But after they gave him the ban and all that, I think that's fair. But
yeah, I mean, I think that's more than fair. Like, ban the guy. I think it was a 3-year ban, from my understanding. It was
It was 2.
it was either 2 or 3 year ban. And yeah, I mean, maybe even just an apology, which I think would have been fine. Like, especially because he's a younger guy, you know, he would have understood whatever. But at least, the first thing I thought, and I was like, oh fuck, please don't be that, was a racial slur. Thank God it wasn't that, and that was one of the things that was brought up pretty quickly, was the fact that he didn't do that.
Yeah.
But the thing, when I first saw it, like, on the game, and I saw a Leary yell over the crowd, I thought, oh fuck, he's done something stupid, like yell out something racial. And I was like, oh, thank God he hasn't done that. But then I thought that what happened was the Swans player kicked towards goal, and he missed, and he like went like this to go smack it on the fence. And he let it slip. But from what it looks like, it does look like he goes to throw it at Lear.
Yeah.
So that's not good. And maybe he should be reprimanded a bit. Like, whatever. But I think his parent was sitting next to him as well. It didn't seem to do a lot, the parent. I will put it that way. All right? It didn't seem like they were, like, full on, oi, what the fuck are you doing, you little fucker? All right? But whatever. Anyway. Maybe she was like, I think it was a mother. It was either a mother or a father, whatever it was. Maybe she was like, look, we'll let Aaliyah deal with this. We'll let you have it. He'll do the talking for the moment. But yeah, I think that was a bit... at the end of the day, he's a younger guy. Hopefully he learns from it. But just don't fucking do that sort of shit, obviously. I think that's more than fair. But before we go any further, a message from me. If you guys enjoy the content and you want to see more, then make sure to become a member on the channel today. For just $4 a month, you can get early access to video essays, access to live recordings of the Boundary Riders podcast, along with exclusive stream perks and much more. And something that I'm super excited to introduce to channel membership this year is the members vote. Every week with the review, you can cast your vote to have your say on the Boundary Riders medal. So for all that and more, click the link down below, and for the added bonus of getting an extra inch onto your member, then do it now. But anyway, let's get back into the content. So let's move on from that now and move to our segment that we have when you are here, our overreact / fair call. So obviously a couple of statements throughout the media throughout the week come through. I like to do this sort of stuff, ask you questions, then we just talk about it. Some statements that have happened throughout the week. So the first one is the Sydney Swans are playing like... Fucking hell. Hang on. Let's get this right. The Sydney Swans are playing Globetrotter football. Is that an overreaction to the first couple of weeks, or do you think that's a fair call?
I think it's overreacting to it. I think they're still trying to figure out how Dean Cox wants them to play. I think they're trying out a few things. Some things are working, some things aren't, and they don't have the personnel on the team to really show their best.
Okay. I'm the resident Swans fan here. This was said by legendary ex-coach in Paul Roos. I'm going to say it's a slight overreaction, but there are some things that I think the Swans need to fix up. For one, I don't know if Chad Warner is injured right now, but he needs to fucking lift his game because he is playing poor at the moment, to say the least. And every single time he touches it, he's trying to have a highlight reel rather than playing the game. And Chad Warner is a very, very good player. I hope he doesn't leave at the end of the season to go to the West Coast Eagles. But he seems to be a player right now that's playing for the contract rather than playing for the team. And he needs to fucking put his head over the ball and do the stuff. The flashy stuff will come with him, obviously, because that's the way he plays. But he's got to play the ball first, and he's got to play that bullish football and then explode from stoppage. He's only shown that maybe once or twice this year. I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of an injury cloud around him, but he's not playing the football that he is best at, and it is a little bit Globetrotter-like. Now, Isaac Heaney, this one I don't really have an issue with. I think he's playing the best that he can, and we saw against Collingwood a couple of weeks ago how good he is. But I think that Dean Cox needs to play him more forward. I think that he's not getting forward enough, especially when he's getting tagged through the middle of the ground. And Paul Rose also made another point in this interview that he was having, that he sees Isaac Heaney as one of the most influential players in any team in the AFL at the moment, because if Isaac Heaney gets stopped through the Swans, they don't find a way to score, or they don't find a way to win games, which I think is kind of fair, especially looking at the two finals games last year when we won against the Giants. We saw how good he was, and against Port Adelaide, he was probably the best on the ground. So, and then obviously on whole performance by 60 points. So, point. But I do think on the other side of it, Sydney, I don't think they're playing necessarily globetrotter football. I think there are a lot of good signs coming through. Their ground balls on the weekend were very high. They were better than Port Adelaide's. They moved the ball relatively well at times. The way they were moving it was good. Just the execution was horrible. The amount of times they kicked to grass, they missed targets, which is just un-Sydney-like. Like we saw last year, when they were at their best, like this, that middle part of the season, they could not miss a target. They would just bang, bang, bang inside the forward 50. It would be a goal. So there are a few issues for Sydney, but I don't think it's Globetrotter-esque at this stage. But I do think there are some aspects that they need to clean up that are a bit showboaty at this stage. Anyway, that's my 2 cents in it on the whole situation with the Sydney Swans. Let's move on to Fremantle. And are Fremantle wasting one of the all-time lists?
That's a fair call. They have one of the best midfield trios in the game.
You're looking at Young, Sarong, Brayshaw.
Yeah, and they've got they've got Jackson and Darcy, 2 dominant ruckmen. And the fact is that they got 2 of them. Why get rid of one of them? I think you get rid of Darcy because Jackson can play really as the 4th midfielder in there. They've got a dominant forward in Tracy. They've got one of the best defences in the league, and they can't beat a team that was 0-5 in Melbourne. Yeah, seriously, a team that couldn't kick 10 goals in a game. That's really shit house. Yeah, they have played, but that game on the weekend was one of the worst games when all the anticipation was on them. They win this, they can show their skill on the MCG, and they failed miserably. Yeah,
I would tend to agree. They're wasting a list at the moment, but their team is still quite young. I will say that. Their midfield core, still, none of them would be over the age of 27.
I think they were still in the bottom 5 of the experience.
So I still think that that's a little bit of maybe looking at it, it's maybe a bit of an overreaction. But right now, this team should not be losing to Melbourne, despite where the hell it is. It should make a difference.
But this team should be making finals, and the way they're playing on the weekend, they won't play finals.
No, I agree with you. But again, I think that they are quite young. They're one of the youngest squads in the competition. They have a lot of potential, but I mean, Josh Tracy's not even over 22 yet. I mean, he looks like it. He's fucking built like a brick shit house. I think, by the way, teams should be offering him millions of dollars. Like, fuck me, I think you could build a club around him, Josh Tracy. But yeah, I think it's a slight overreaction, but I do tend to agree with you, and I think most Fremantle fans would be like, when the fuck are we going to be a club that people can think about and think we are a team that people can say, oh my god, Fremantle are a good side. But when's the last time you've looked at Fremantle and gone, oh, they're a good team to watch, or oh, they're going to give you something every single week?
Even though during their grand final days, like those finals,
in 2013,
in the mid 2010s, they weren't a flashy team.
No, which I mean is fine, but also it's like they weren't. They really, when you're going into that grand final, everyone kind of knew this is going to be Hawthorns, and it would be a shock if Fremantle won it.
Yeah, but this is the first time since Pavlich that they have a dominant forward. They need to be able to go on with it, and the fact is that if they don't make finals this year, Longmuir doesn't last the season. Yeah,
I mean, if Longmuir doesn't, then what's next? Like, it's very hard to get someone to go over to Perth and coach.
Yeah,
like it's very difficult. It's just you can see the atmosphere from the West Coast Eagles with Harley Reid and Adam Simpson last year. Like, who the hell wants to go and join that atmosphere?
Yeah,
and then it's so far away from everything. It's so far away from Victoria. You got to travel every single 2 weeks. It's not like it's SA where it's only like a 2-hour flight or whatever. It's a lot of factors that you have to take into consideration when going to play or coach in WA.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so many people who go back there, like as a home state, but also there's not a lot that really go there from outside of a WA. So it will be very interesting. Fremantle have got the Crows this week. That's an interesting game. In the preview in a moment, we'll talk about that. But fuck, that's going to be a massive contest. And then the final overreaction / fair call part of the segment. This has been one that's come up the last couple of weeks. West Coast deserve a priority pick.
I think it's a fair call. They look horrible. Like, they had a good game on the weekend and they still lost. This team can't do anything at the moment. Well, they're going to lose Oscar Allen at the end of the season, their best forward. Like, you can say Jake Waterman, but I still think Oscar Allen's their best at his best.
Yeah.
Harley Reid, I expect to leave, but they're in such a hole at the moment. They have some experience in that team, but they need a draft like Richmond and have 20 picks.
Yeah.
15 and 20 picks, because they need to be able to regen this team, or they're going to be down the bottom for the next 7 years, and it could be even longer when Tassie come in.
Yeah.
So I think they need it.
I would say it's an overreaction, but it's not really an overreaction. It is you don't deserve one on the fact that you should have gone to the draft the last 2 years, and you haven't. You've gone to the trade table, picked up Liam Baker, who's been probably one of their better players this year, Jack Graham, who's been okay, but you could have used these draft picks. Like, Bo Allen's yet to play a game yet. Why the fuck is he not playing? He's one of your big prospects, WA prospects. Play him in the team. I'm sorry, but he's a lot better. Give him a go, for fuck's sake. Yeah. And he's your one top draft pick from a while, for a while. Like, Elijah Hewitt's came into the team and he's shown some signs. But how many young kids are joining that West Coast team? And you're like, okay, he's going to do something. Like, Harley Reid looks good, but, I mean, he's not really being consistent at the moment, which is, like, fair. He's a younger guy. But they've got so many high players up the top. Maybe they should go and let go Oscar Allen, just because he's going to bring back a lot. So players are starting to move back into position for the second half. What the fuck? So Bedford still lined up against Marcus Bontempelli. That's going to be a massive matchup going into the third quarter. So here we go. Massive contest between these two sides. It feels like it's even more than just a 4-point game. Giants may be higher on the ladder, but the Bulldogs fighting hard. Here we go. From the stoppage, free kick's been called out, going to Tim English. He gives off the handball to O'Donnell. He'll drive it inside the forward 50. Just misses lob. Buckley will get there first. He sprints away from lob. It even takes a bounce with arrogance. Sprints away from Harms. The kick wasn't so great. Dropped by English. Gathered by Thomas. He keeps his footing. Kick towards the forward 50. Towards the one-on-one. Hogan was too strong. He wants to give and go. The Giants love this sort of play. The tsunami on full display. Kelly sets it up to the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Hits the ground. Bedford gets there first. He ducks and weaves. Handball on the outer to Tom Green. It goes high. It won't go to goal. And Buslinger with a great mark. So Buslinger kicks it down the wing. Giants have the numbers here. Good spoil to bring it out of bounds. So back in the ruck here. Comes off the toes. Great read from Tom Green. Pushed in the back as he kicked it. It bounces towards Stringer. Smart little tap in. Callahan wasn't ready for it though. Liberatore handballed somehow to find Kennedy. Ball spills. Bontempelli in and under as always. Fed it out to Williams. He'll drive it up the wing. Huge kick it was. Taylor gets a fist onto it and spikes it out of bounds. So back in the ruck. Briggs tracks it okay. Handball, turned it over to Richards. Got it on the left boot. Bouncing ball towards the wing, towards the flank, and eventually spills out in front of Norton. Umpire says throw it in. So just outside the Bulldog forward 50. Throws it back into play. Briggs spilled it down. Bontempelli wrapped up. Got the kick away somehow. Low down. Norton claims the mark. And it's been awarded. I thought it hit the turf, but the umpire says it's been paid. Well done from Norton just to take that front spot. And a chance here for the Dogs to get themselves an 11-point lead. So Aaron Norton, massive game from him last week. Could have been a lot more as well. He comes in now and he misses. So an even 1-goal margin. I think that's a mark. That's pretty good. Well done from Aaron Norton. So now Whitfield kicks it in short. Finds Ware. Oh, the Ware kick. Oh, he made it hard for Buckley, but he did well down low. Yeah, Buckley in short to Ash. Done this a few times today. The Giants trying to go slow approach, but they've definitely been loving to switch the play. So he goes wide with the kick, Himmelberg. Just on the defensive side of the wing here, Harry Himmelberg. Being swung around the positional changes in this first half. Harry Himmelberg being set maybe in the back half at the moment. Goes to the kick again. They're going to go with a switch. Iden in the defensive 50. Short ball to Ash. Got to lead up through the middle. That's where he goes. Just the 15, the umpire says. And now the Giants go right through the guts with Connor Iden. Great smother from West. Great contest. It spills now to Bontempelli. Can they get them on the counter to Harms? What a first half he had. Back to Kennedy. And now they get a little bit of space with Williams. Little kick on the up. Couldn't take it cleanly with Sanders. He's about to get tackled. Great work from Buckley. Great pressure out of bounds. And he's being rewarded here, Buckley, holding the footy. So 1 goal the margin. The Giants have the footy here. Short kick inside to Kelly. Called to play on. He quickly gets it onto his left boot. Numbers here with the Dogs. Good mark from Cleary. So now Cleary. Oh, he's a little bit in two minds here. Eventually gives over the handball to Williams. He's got some time. He'll go high and long. Karmas is there and a 2-on-1 here. The Dogs have the numbers. Norton, great read. Handball inside to Bontempelli from outside 50. Bit of a helicopter, but it always ends up well when the Bont has it. Finds Riley West. Always seems to be around the mark, Riley West. Never really had a full run at it, though. He comes in now, and the Dogs take a 2-goal lead. Good finish there from West. He's got 2. And the Dogs just break out to a bit of a lead. So a free kick here being called at the stoppage. Going to be going the Dogs' way once again. And Frazier looks a little bit worse for wear after that hit. Getting up slowly. Yeah, so I think Tom Green's done everything right. It's just unfortunate Frazier went down on his knees, really. So the Dogs move on, though, now with Cleary. So now Cleary goes low dart towards the pocket and harms again. He's been so good tonight and a chance here to get the Dogs a three-goal lead. So now James Harms, probably his hardest kick of the night. A tough kick, but he stands up to it. Harms has got 4. He's making a difference. So great work there from the Bulldogs. They've had a really good start to this second half. So back in the ruck we go. Briggs with the tap out the back. Kelly spun around. Did well. Green fed it out to Toby Green. Further on to Kelly. They need one back here, the Giants. The spiral ball towards half forward. Great grabber from Cleary and off he goes. Sprinting the other way. The kick towards half forward for Lobb. Spoiled by Buckley. Straight in the arcs once again. Buckley too fast. Kicks it forward. Harms with the pickup. The handball. Just missed his teammate. Liberatore tried to feed it out. Cleary did well. On to Dolan. The kick wasn't the greatest. Went about 4 metres. Claimed by Stone. Thomas. And now Kelly. Sprinting away. He'll gather it now. High ball towards the forward 50, but it's all Dogs. Great work from Riccardi to bring it to ground, though. But the Dogs have the numbers. Dale dodges and weaves. Handball back to Williams. He tries to spin. Riccardi did okay. The handball wasn't so great, but now they have numbers with English. English trying to find the perfect number, and that is Dale. Kicks it towards the forward 50. It's a great kick to West. He's got numbers over the top. He just has to get back. He spins. He kicks long. Numbers everywhere for the Dogs. He just has to pick the perfect one, and Kennedy takes it. They are threatening to put this game away, the Bulldogs. Great work there from Riley West to spin quickly, and a chance here for Kennedy. Tucked up in the pocket. Not going to be an easy kick for a right foot. He's going to have to snap on his left. But this should be elementary. It comes around the body. Kennedy, great goal from him. Great start to his career at the Dogs. And they break away to a 4-goal lead. Great work there from the Bulldogs. They are doing brilliantly to start this second half. So Kennedy comes off for a rest. But the Dogs right now, they've kicked 4 goals in succession. Karmas with this tap. Callahan gets there first. Sanders, strong tackle. Gets the hands free. Oh, that should be in danger to Karmas. It will be. And the Dogs getting a lot of things going their way. So Karmas being the second ruck at the moment. He wants to give off the handball. He does eventually to Williams. He'll wind up. Dodges around Bedford. Finds the perfect option. Smothered well by Callahan. Handball through. Liberatore. In fact, it's Frazier. Wrapped up. Back in the ruck once again, right on 50. Riccardi with a tap down. Bontempelli breaking through. High up and under ball. Who's going to go? Lob couldn't get there. Spills at the back. Taylor. Oh, he went to ground. Got it out somehow. Only as far as Harms. On the up, missed the handball. Kelly wrapped up. Thomas to Stone. Vandermeer with the tackle. Should be rewarded. Play on. Harms. Don't know how to get rid of that legally. But now Dale. A chance to give it a 5-goal lead in the goal square. West dropped the sitter. 25 points the margin. Game high lead here for the Dogs. So taking the running away here is Lockie Ash. Sends it on the outer wing. Karmas is there. So is Riccardi. Neither could mark. Davidson on the ground up against McMullen. Did well there, West. He's been good in this third quarter. Williams with the handball. On the up here to Davidson. He breaks through a couple past the traffic for lob at the kick. Couldn't take the mark. Fraser on the up to Richards. The check side kick. Has he got it there? Oh, you bet he has. The Dogs starting to put a real margin on the Giants. And Ed Richards capitalizes. The Giants are claiming it's touched, but I don't know about that. It looked pretty clean from my end. They are going to check this here to be reviewed. So they're currently checking to see if this was touched off the boot. Oh. Maybe Connor Iden. Maybe Connor Iden, but that's really the only one. He's the one who says it's touched. So they're currently looking at it right now. Not really too... So they have paid the goal. So a 31-point lead now for the Dogs. They have broken away. They've kicked 4 goals, 2 in the opening 10 minutes of the quarter. Karmas with the tap down. Green couldn't grab it cleanly. Fraser tapping it forward. Sanders... Back to Fraser. They can kill this game here and now. On the up with the handball. Missed his target. Great gather from Ware. Now Callahan. Usually a cool, calm, collected character. Finds Himmelberg. So just hold up for the moment here, the Giants. They have to try and find a counter here. He goes long down the wing. He's hoping for Cadman. He finds it. So Cadman right in front of the interchange gates here. They need the next one, the Giants, to keep in touch. He's got Hogan up there. That's where he's going to go. Looking for a fly. It's 2-on-1 against Hogan. He couldn't get there. Jones out the back. Quick little handball to Toby Green. It seems like his sort of moment, and he blows it. Wide out on the full. You could have almost marked that in the book for a goal. So now Fraser will go on the outer side. Kicks a long ball, 2-on-2. Coming up towards it is Norton. Did well. So 10 minutes still to go in this third quarter, but it's all been dominated by the Dogs. Long ball towards, lobbing a 1-on-1. Had hands on it, couldn't mark. Hits the ground. Callahan, further back to Stone. His handball is nice to Ware. But again, they don't really have a lot going forward here, so Ware tries to make something happen. The kick is nice to Cadman. Again, every single time they have a little bit of space here, the Giants, they can't keep on going forward. They keep on getting stopped. The kick wasn't the greatest, and it skids out of bounds in front of O'Halloran. So umpire throws it back into play. Forward side of the wing here for the Giants. They need the next goal. Himmelberg couldn't gather it. Whitfield in and under. So is Bontempelli. Trying to dig it out of there as Liberatore as always. And it's called for the umpire again. So Bontempelli makes his way off the ground. English with a tap down. Breaking through was Green. It bounces and tracks towards the boundary line. Eventually gets there. So umpire throws it back into play once again. English tries to tap it forward. Getting there was Whitfield. Couldn't get there in time. Harms was there, and then Sanders socketed it off the ground. Iden was able to trap it. Karmas puts on pressure. Toby Green went in and under. Norton wraps him up. Liberatore can't break away. Got a handball out somehow. I don't know how. Up to Ware, though. Gives it off to Callahan. He breaks away from Karmas. Drives it towards half forward. 2-on-2 Hogan. Went up a bit early. Buzzlinger looked good in his debut. Works it out to Cleary. And the Dogs can go on the outer side. Davidson takes it on the point of the square defensive side. Finds Vandermeer in the middle of the centre square. He works it back out wide towards the one-on-one. Good mark from Dale. Great work from the Dogs. They want to kill this game now. The low dart inside the forward 50 to lob. Buckley did everything he could, but Rory Lobb hands out. Strong mark. Jit, you tripping? Jackson Don, I'm happy to see you here, bro. I don't know what jit means. Is that like a... Is that a slang word that I don't know? Or is that some kind of like racial slur? So Roy Lobb comes in. A chance here to make it really put on the pain for the Giants. Roy Lobb delivers. Dogs out by 37. Didn't see this coming at halftime, but what a performance from the Dogs. So we're back in the middle now. Giants almost a little bit too far for him. English with the tap out wide. Davidson couldn't grab it cleanly. Frazier on the outer to Liberatore. Snapping ball towards half forward. Norton had hands there. Dolan tried to gather. Hits the ground. Green. Handballed. Callahan. Stone. Quick little kick. Turned it over though. Great gather from Frazier. He gives it inside to Kennedy. He'll wind up. Short ball. Nice kick. English. Just outside 50. Gives off the handball to Sanders. Out wide to Bramble. This would almost kill the game. Short ball. Vandermeer didn't take it. Buckley on the up to Thomas. About to get worried out of it. Vandermeer got the tackle on. He spun 360. Handballed away. Kelly fumbled. Stone is there. Karmas on the up to Sanders. Wide handball to Johannesson. He'll just kick it high to the top of the goal square. Norton's there. Spoiled away by Taylor. And hits the out of bounds. So Callan Ward about to make his way on the ground. Callan Ward about to make his way onto the ground. Much needed right now is a bit of experience. Ash, Callahan, dodged and weaved, did okay. Gets onto his right boot, doesn't use that one very often. With a wide kick towards Darcy Jones. He gathers in the right glove and dodges back inside. They want to go with a bit of run here, the Giants. To Iden, back to Darcy Jones. He'll keep on running. He sprints away. Handball on the outside. Does it okay to Green. High kick inside the forward 50. Hogan's there. Underran it a little. In fact, that was Stringer. And the Dogs have the numbers again. Liberatore kicked out wide to English. What a quarter he's building. Great kick. Finds Kennedy. Long kick up the wing, tracks the boundary line and runs out. So Luke Beveridge looking pretty comfortable at the moment. The Dogs have blitzed them in this third quarter. Hit down from the tap. Green got the handball clear. Whitfield, that was almost a throw. Callahan, they work it okay here, the Giants. Ash on the outer side. The kick wasn't the greatest. Darcy Jones has to go run and track it down. It does it okay in the end. Kick over the top to the lead up of Cadman. He'll get the free. Cadman wants to go. Darcy Jones trying to work into this third quarter. Blind handball. Finds McMullen. He'll kick it to the top of the goal square. Oh, he went up too early there, Hogan. Oh, umpire hasn't paid anything there. Jesse Hogan not impressed. I think that's just an unrealistic attempt, isn't it? I mean, it's either an unrealistic attempt or it's a free kick against Williams. Umpire said nothing and just let it roll out of bounds. 5.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Callan Ward about to make his way onto the ground. He was the sub tonight. Would assume that there's going to be a tool coming off here for GWS. Tom Green did well to smack it to his own advantage. The handball wasn't so great. Kennedy to Williams. He clears for the Bulldogs. High up and under ball. Spoiled away by Himmelberg. $37 points the margin. Dogs have dominated this third quarter. Adam Kingsley got a lot of issues to try and sort out if they're going to try and make a fight back. Throws it back in again. English should get the free kick here. So, in fact, it's Bontempelli getting the free kick here. So, Bontempelli down the wing. Can't take the mark there, West. Then it rolls out. So Callan Ward makes his way onto the ground to a round of applause. Immediately into this stoppage. So Briggs with the tap. Green goes to ground. Ward immediately gets his first touch. High up and under ball. Taken by Williams. So Williams thumps it towards the 50. Up went Bontempelli. Spike to the ground. Richards will get there first. Underground hairball. Trying to find West. He just couldn't track it down. 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter. It's all been Bulldogs. So English with the tap down. Green fed it off to Ward. Straight onto his boot. Up and under towards the centre wing. Dale tried to protect the drop zone. Couldn't take the mark. And he'll get the free. So Bailey Dale, you'd expect him to thump it back inside that forward 50. But it looks so dangerous tonight. He goes wide to the lead up of Lob. Oh, he dropped the sitter there. Good tackle though. Richards to Harms. He's trying to break the tackle. Callahan wasn't letting him go. So Whitfield trying to get a handball away. Bontempelli worried him out of it. Liberatore had his head down. He got the free. And Toby Green not too impressed by it. So Joel Frazier currently on the bench at the moment. Still in the hands of trainers. Got a hit to the head a few moments ago with a tackle. So he may not make his way back onto the ground, unfortunately, there for the Dogs. Liberatore goes with a low dart towards Karmas, but stolen by Bontempelli. A chance here. This would almost put this game beyond doubt. This would be their 6th goal of the quarter. And this would almost send the Giants packing. The Dogs had a pretty good start to this season without Marcus Bontempelli. But he's back. And right now, he comes in. Oh... And he's missed. So Whitfield plays on. Goes in short to Ash. Oh, he's dropped an absolute sitter. He puts himself under pressure. Himmelberg tapped it off to Whitfield. They got it clear now with not much direction about it. Goes into the middle of the ground. They have the numbers in the Dogs. They just have to work it out. And Bailey Dale shrugs off a tackle. Went to ground. Got it off in time. And Buslinger. What a great debut he's had. Kick out wide. Just had too much on it for Davidson. And Taylor cuts it off. Runs it out of bounds. Tap down. English did okay. Richards socketed it off the turf. Skids towards half forward for Sanders. He almost rode it in the back of Himmelberg. Probably should have got a free kick there, GWS, but a ball up. Just outside the Bulldogs forward 50. 38 points the margin. The Dogs have kicked 5 in a row in this third quarter. English tried to spike it forward. He gathered okay. Ward on the up to Ash. Don't know if that was a legal disposal. Now Whitfield. They need a late goal here, GWS, to stay in touch. Callahan takes the mark. He plays on. He wants someone to lead up at him. Eventually, just decides to drive it long. 3-on-1 was Hogan. And it rolls out of bounds again. 2 minutes left in this third term. So Jesse Hogan hasn't really troubled the score as much tonight. Briggs with the tap down. Callahan with the gather. Hamill's on the outside. Better get shut down. Ward by Lobb. And he gets the free kick, Cal Ward. Rory Lobb came in a little bit too overzealous. And a chance here for the sub to kick a big-time goal for the Giants to keep them in touch. Just ducked his head a little bit there, Ward. Don't really like that from the umpire. Should have just given him a free kick, in my opinion, to Rory Lobb, because just leaned down a little bit when Lobb was about to hit him. But a chance here for Ward to keep his team in touch. Of course, started his career at the Bulldogs. He's now a Giant, been there for so long, since the beginning. He comes in now and just misses. That would have kept them in touch. Well, they struggled to kick goals last week without Jesse Hogan. He's back in the team tonight, and they've still struggled to kick goals. He goes with the wide ball. Karmas went up with a spoil, knocks out of bounds. 56 seconds left in this third term. Umpire throws it back in. English tap. Bontempelli can't get there. Kennedy wrapped up immediately. And again, they'll call for it. The Dogs will be more than happy to take a 37-point lead going into the last change. Again, neither ruckman could get there. This will be another free kick to English. Bontempelli takes the advantage. Can the Dogs send this game beyond doubt? No, not a good kick. And Himmelberg takes it. They want to go with the switch once again, but the Dogs have been able to shut this down all night. Taylor knew he immediately looked at it out of side, decided he can't go there. Goes back to Buckley. He wants to go with the switch again. They're trying to force it now. Iden, he's got a number over the top. They just have to work this out. Iden runs his measures, takes a bounce and thumps it towards half forward. Hogan's there. O'Donnell did nicely. Davidson should be rewarded here, the Giants. They are. 13 seconds left. Thomas will get the free kick. Has to go here, Thomas. He's got 6 seconds left. He may get an opportunity. It depends on if they can take the mark. With 1 second left, it hits the ground. Norton does enough. And the Dogs, at three-quarter time, after a great third term, lead it by 37 points. The Bulldogs, 13-8-86, lead the Giants, 7-7-49. All right, I gotta take a piss. Wee. Oh. So it looks like Joel Frazier seems to be okay. Bontempelli may have been subbed out here. Just looked like a rest, I would say. So fourth term now, about to get underway. Can the Giants come back really hard, or will the Dogs hold on? From the first stoppage, Kennedy gets it. High ball to the top of the goal, to the forward 50 for Karma. Slap forward, Iden, trying to get it out of there, did okay. Green to Ware as he clears. Into the middle of the ground, going back with the flight, was Bedford, couldn't take it. Green, wrapped up, put a stiff arm out, and umpire says, give it to me. Riccardi tried to slap it forward. Kennedy fumbled. Kicks the ball forward. Down low. Good mark from Norton. They can kill this game here and now if they get an early goal. 1-on-1 is Karmas. Himmelberg did okay. Runs towards the boundary line. Callahan with the... Oh, he fumbled a little. He's going to ground. Got the handball clear. They're under siege at the moment, the Giants. They hold it up, though. So locked up in the forward pocket here for the Bulldogs. Norton up against Riccardi. Norton slaps it to a dangerous zone right in the goal square. Karma sits on top of it up against Himmelberg. And it'll be a ball up. The Dogs get one here. It's game over. Giants have to hold strong. English up against Riccardi. English took it out of the ruck. Held up. Threw it away almost. Handballed by Green. Richards tracks it down with Ash. Richards keeps it in front and sees it out. So looking for someone to break here for the Bulldogs. That one was Kennedy, just overran it. Ware with the pressure, did it well. And tracks out again. So just on the 50 here for the Dogs. With a tap down was English. Riccardi gathered it, handballed to really no one in particular. Harms trying to find some space. Back to Kennedy. He'll kick it to the top of the goal square. Norton's there, so is Lob. Numbers with the Giants. Buckley just went with the spoil. Green tries to corral it. Ash did well. Up to Green. Further on to Whitfield. Unbalanced, got the kick forward on the bounce. Miss Stringer. Further on now for Toby Green and seen out of bounds by Bramble. In fact, it's Ballydow. Bit of a chant of Giants goes around Monaco Oval with a tap down. Breaking away is Callahan. He drives it towards the forward 50, looking for the one-on-one. Hogan had hands on it, couldn't mark. Handballs it forward to space. Cadman wrapped up without it. High free kick maybe on Bedford. He gets a ball up. Bedford questioning the umpire why that wasn't a free kick, but ball up about 35, 40 minutes out from the Giants' goal. They desperately need the first one. Tried to tap it forward was Riccardi. Handballed back. Dale broke away from the tackle. Good smother there by Green. But the Dogs, again, just break away with ease. Williams to Johannesson as he blasted on the outer wing. One-on-one. Ware protects the drop zone. Handballed out the back to Taylor. With Karmas putting on pressure. Back to Ware. Wormburner down the wing. It works out to McMullen. The kick. Oh, he stubbed his toe, it looked like. Fraser, almost a basketball bounce to himself. Williams back to Fraser. He looks all good now. To Sanders. He feints a handball out wide and eventually works it into the middle. Kick towards the 50 for Norton. Taylor did well. Iden tracks it. Handballed back to Buckley. And they go with the switch once again. The Giants, they've been persisting with this all night. Oh, a drop mark here from Himmelberg. Puts himself under pressure. Chases down was Lob. And Callahan wasn't paid the 15. Has to duck and weave. Callahan goes back the other way. Takes two bounces inside the defensive 50. Has really no idea what he wants to do with it. Eventually works it back to Buckley. Short ball to Taylor. So the Giants, they've had a lot of possessions here, but not much movement. They've gone from one back flank to the other. Short ball to Ware. He wants to go corridor. Dangerous looking kick. Has to make it work. Kennedy put on the pressure. Ash did okay. Fraser, good tackle. Sanders over the top to Karmas. Has a lot of space. Buku Karmas from outside 50. Goes towards goal. Lob. We'll watch it sail home. The Dogs, I think, are home. Buku Karmas hits the scoreboard. So 43 points the margin now. The Dogs have blitzed them in this second half. From the stoppage once again, worked out wide to Callahan. He's been probably one of their best. The kick towards the corridor, trying to make something happen. Not a very good kick though. And Tim English, what a second half he's building. So now Harms on the wing, blasted towards the 50. Norton was there, but Taylor just worked him under it. So Taylor takes a bounce, short kick to Whitfield. Wasn't really the 15, but the umpire gives him a little bit of leniency. Whitfield's kick had too much on it, and Dale cuts it off. Dale just takes his time putting the hand up, just say slow it down. So now Dale drives it inside the forward 50, looking for Davidson. He went up a bit early, tucked up in the pocket, handballed inside to Frazier. On the right boot, the dribbler. Oh, he kept it in, and then tapped through by Iden. Short ball from Himmelberg finds Tom Green. And he works it short as well to Whitfield. They're trying to get some run into this game, the Giants, but every single time they do, the Dogs are just lethal on the pressure. Lob to Liberatore. Over the top, Hines makes his way onto the ground for the first time. Harms over the top to Hines once again. He just ducks and weaves and sends a floater towards the top of the goal square. Try to get the spoil on, and it's through for a rush behind. So Bontempelli has been subbed out. All fine, it seems. Just seems to have rested him. So Ash has the footy in the back 50. Kicks a wide ball. Is he going to keep it in? He can't, Whitfield. It was touched just on the boundary line, it seems. So both tough games for both teams next week. This win has meant a lot, and the Dogs have just been brilliant after half-time. Riccardi with the tap down. English at the back to Harms. Try to get it forward. Hit it back of a player. Bounces for Kennedy, who just overran it. On the up, Frazier did it nicely. Sanders over the top to Kennedy. Further on to Davidson. Trying to sprint away. It goes up high. It's going to bend it back, but not enough. So now Himmelberg kicks it outside the D50 towards Buckley and seen out of bounds. So the Giants, even though they're just in front of the Dogs right now, the Dogs have jumped to 7th on the ladder with, if the result ended right now. But the Giants try to work their way forward. Ash to Tom Green. He ducks inside. Drives it towards the forward area for Cadman. In front was O'Donnell. Did it pretty well. Jones. Further back here to Thomas. Looking to the top of the goal square. High up and under ball. Stringer's there. Well done there from Harms to get back and get a spoil in. Frazier, Kennedy overran it. Great work from Ware. Spun, handballed over the top of his head. Cadman tried to body line it. Stringer with the pickup. Good tackle from O'Donnell. Got it out, Stringer. Tried to get it to Callahan. Missed him though, and Williams tackled over by said Callahan. So we're inside the forward 50 here for the Giants. Toby Green trying to look for a high one. Good tackle from Richards. Goes up in the air for Stringer. Breaking a tackle. Did okay. Further back to Ward. Handballed on. Turned it over and away go the Dogs again. They have been brilliant in defence in this second half. Cleared away from Frazier. Up went Stone. Free kick's going to go the Dogs' way. So Cooper Hines has the free kick. Subbed on for Marcus Bontempelli as a resting him for the rest of the game. What a luxury they have that they can just rest Bontempelli for the last quarter. Saturday night with the boys, definitely Hayden. Try to kick it forward there, but it spills out of bounds again. But good 20-metre work there from the Bulldogs just to surge it forward once again. 36 points to the margin. Sorry, 46 points to the margin. Tap down towards the front for Richards. He tracks it well. Gets back onto his left and drives it forward once again. Looking for the one-on-one in Norton. It gets out the back of them. Himmelberg chases it down with Davidson. Slaps it away towards Kelly. And he'll keep on kicking it forward. Iden trying to get there. Darcy Jones gets there first. He was good in the first half. He gets onto his right and drives it up the wing. Looking for the one-on-one in green. Beaten well by Karmas. Inside to Bramble. And they've just been too good from the Dogs. Oh, Dale just dropped a simple mark. Well, maybe not so simple. Thomas off the ground. Hogan, long handball here to Stringer. Can the Giants finally get their first goal of the second half? Over the top with the handball. They'll be able to run it to the goal line in Toby Green. He looks around, dribble at home, and the Giants finally get their first goal of the second half. Well, the Giants, they've been well beaten in this second half, it's safe to say. The Dogs have been so good in defence, and finally the Giants were able to find an avenue to goal. It wasn't easy, but they finally got it there in the end through Toby Green. So back in the ruck, Briggs with the tap down, Green with the handball over the top towards Ward. Worried out of it by Ed Richards. He's been so good tonight. Went for the bounce, didn't bounce up to him. So we had to get down and grab it. Handballed out wide for Davidson up against Kelly. Davidson just says, get it off my boot. Kicked it forward on the bounce. Norton, great trap. Snaps it across his body towards West. Who takes it? Great work from the Bulldogs. They deserve to win this one by 40-plus points. They have been inspirational in this second half. So Riley West has been full impact tonight. He comes in and kicks a goal. The Dogs just too good. They hit triple figures courtesy of Riley West's third goal. So back in the middle we go with 10 minutes to play. English with the tap down. Liberatore was held. Umpire says play on. Wallward off the ground. Skids it towards the 50. Getting there first was Cleary. Happy to see it out of bounds. So back in the ruck, Briggs slapped it forward, only as far as Vandermeer. Got the handball clear to Liberatore. He's been good tonight. Frazier further back. Gives it off towards Daly. Thumps it down the wing for English, who's been instrumental in this second half. Honestly, working his way into 3 votes. So now English thumps it inside the forward 50. Lob is there. Who's going to fly? West had hands on it, couldn't mark. Norton out the back, just fumbled. Should have got a high free kick, I'd say, if I was the Giants for Ware, but a ball up. Oh, no, he's been pinged on the ball. So Aaron Norton will take the free kick. Pretty much the only one who hasn't really hit the scoreboard tonight out of the Bulldogs forwards. Everyone else has been chipping in. Aaron Norton yet to trouble the scorers. So Aaron Norton, he's now the leader of this forward line, needs to start standing up. Norton comes in, kicks truly, and the Dogs just break away again. Great work from Norton. He gets his first of the night. So back in the middle we go. Bulldogs are threatening to put this over 60 points. Ash with the handball to Riccardi. Further back from Ward to Kelly. Tumble punt towards the 50. Again, it's another blasted kick that the Giants just haven't been able to make work tonight. Cleary wrapped up, got the handball clear to Karmas. Further on with the handball was ill-directed. Callahan in and under. Up to Whitfield, wrapped up by two Dogs. Cadman, Stone in fact wrapped up, let it go. Oh, that's a tough hit from Iden. He's giving away the free too. So Kennedy gets the free kick. Been one of the Dogs' best tonight. It'd be hard to pick the 3-2-1 votes for the Dogs. There's been so many great players. West wasn't paid the 15. He ducks back inside. Kick towards the 50 to the lead up of Norton. Just working his way into it in the final term. Gives off to Johannesson. He'll kick it to the top of the goal square. Who's going to fly? Well done from the Giants. Himmelberg gets back. So Himmelberg goes on the outer side. Bramble can't get there in time. Good kick to Bedford. He was on Bontempelli for the first 3 quarters. Of course, him being subbed out has made him switch over to more of a half-forward role. Ball runs out of bounds. So from the handball, Kennedy, the Liberatore, inside to Davidson, eventually over to West. He's starting to rack him up in his final term. Harms, Liberatore, they're all waxing each other now. English, the duck step, did nicely. The big guy sends it forward for Norton. Does well, Taylor. So Buckley has the footy now in the last line. They've been trying to switch it all day, GWS, but they haven't been able to do so. Whitfield just sprints away from Lobb. He's had enough. Sends it down the wing towards Jones. Buzzlinger in his debut went up hard. Callahan wrapped up. And again, the tackle pressure of the Dogs has been immense. So Riccardi takes it out of the ruck, runs away, gives it to Whitfield. Further on now to Callahan. He sprints away. Usually a good user inside the forward 50. Just not the greatest kick. Hogan was able to trap it though. Centering ball towards Cadman. Kept it in front of him. Darcy Jones snaps it towards goal and blew his opportunity to score. A couple of the Giants' young supporters trying to run after the footy. But eventually the Dogs will get the ball now. Buzzlinger in short to Williams, who'll blast it up the wing once again. High ball brought to ground by Taylor. Stone just tried to shepherd it for a teammate. Kennedy tried to keep it forward. Stone with the gather. Handball inside to Ash. Further on to Jones. He's got Green. Decides to go further than that to Ward. Here they go. The Tsunami finally in full display. And another miss for the Giants. So Lockie Bramble will take the kick in here for the Dogs. Gets his nice little cheap disposal. Works it out. The kick towards lob. It's brought down by Buckley. Hands free. Green. Taylor jammed it onto the boot. Towards the one-on-one. Hogan still can't take the mark. Tried to break the tackle of Buzzlinger. Did well with the handball. And Bedford nails the goal. Well, the Giants finally get their second goal. They've been peppering a little bit in this last term when the game's been all said and done. But Toby Bedford kicks to the finisher. Finishes it off the good work. Ugh, Riley Sanders had a fucking shocker. Davidson fucking even worse. Oh, jeez. So good finish there from Toby Bedford. Was well beaten in the battle against Bontempelli in the first 3 quarters, but he has kicked 2 goals on his side, Toby Bedford. So interesting matchup next week against the Swans. Likely probably go against Isaac Heaney, I would say. Maybe Chad Warner. We'll have to wait and see. English clean tap to Richards. What a great duo those two have become. Long kick. Buckley cuts it off. Short kick to Ash. Oh, he left it up a bit. Just took the mark, though. Short kick to Whitfield. Further on to Green. Can they get another one here, the Giants? Try and flatter the scoreboard a little. Long kick towards the one-on-one. Hogan stuck the one glove out. Couldn't take the mark. Buzzlinger wrapped up by Hogan. Ball up. So back in the ruck, Williams tracks it down along with Frazier. Did well on the up to Richards. Clearing ball towards a one-on-one again. Whitfield should get the free kick. Whitfield goes to the lead up of Toby Green. Not a great looking kick. Whitfield's a lot better than that. And it runs out of bounds. With 5 minutes left in this last quarter, the Dogs, it was a really great second half from them. The third quarter's where they killed it. Tap down from English. Ward tracks it. Can't keep it in, though. He blasts it long. Callan Ward to the pocket. Who's going to fly? Buzzlinger again. Threw himself at it. Spoiled it out of bounds. So inside the Giants forward pocket. English up against Riccardi. Tap down. Kennedy tried to get the kick away. Riccardi threw that out to Green. He won't mind. Up. And a great finish from Tom Green. Such a great leader of this side. Finishes with a major. Tom Green, one of the few bright lights tonight. Did well with that goal there. 26 touches, a couple of tackles, usually better than that. Has had 6 clearances, but you expect a little bit more from such a great player in Tom Green, but he's still done a serviceable job. Back in the ruck, English again. He's just been so good in the ruck tonight. Richards handballs forward, miss Kennedy. Whitfield was hit hard. Green ducked back inside. Handball long to Ward. Probably should be starting in this team, I believe. Goes, ducks past a couple. Kick up to Toby Green. Good work. He wants to go long again towards the one-on-one. Hogan breaks away. Should get a free kick, and he does. He's had a tough night, Jesse Hogan. He's been triple teamed at times, but he should be able to kick a goal here. So 39 points. Giants starting to make the scoreboard a little bit more flattering in their favour. He comes in now. He runs around the body, snaps on goal, and finishes the job. So play on now. English sprints away from clearance, sends it inside the forward 50. Spoiled away from lob, and the Giants will clear. Out wide, the kick goes. Low down there was Bedford. Couldn't take the mark. Thomas, nice handball. Ware, inside to Whitfield. Breaks away from his opponent. Kick out wide towards Callahan. Well done there from Harms. 3.5 minutes there, Demon. Works hard and eventually runs out of bounds from James Harms. So 3 minutes 20 left in this final quarter. Dogs lead it by 33 points. Third quarter's where they broke GWS. They've done really well tonight, though. Their young defence has stood up brilliantly. Kennedy tried to spike this one forward. Callahan can't pick it up cleanly. Kennedy on the up towards Sanders. He tracks it, sees the boundary line, rips Ware over the top. Stone, handball to the voice, missed his target. Now Harms on the inside to Frazier. Further back to Richards. He'll get back on that trusty left boot. Looking for an option. Sets it up to the top of the goal square for lob. Had hands on it. Couldn't take the mark. Hines was there. Further back from Whitfield. Himmelberg. Oh, tough handball for Taylor to control. And now Davidson will sneak it through off the ground. And what a great finish the Dogs are having. Hasn't had a big night tonight, Davidson. But he hasn't needed to. Great job from the Dogs. The handball from Himmelberg was dreadful. Way too hard a handball for Taylor, who wasn't ready for it. He was grabbing his face, realised the ball was handballed to him, didn't know what was happening, and yeah, Himmelberg just gave him a hospital handball. Taylor wasn't even ready for it, and Davidson, as a nice little poaching striker will do, just dribble it into the bottom corner. So back to 39 points. And Sam Taylor just looks back, just shaking his head. But they deserve to be they deserve to be this far up, the Dogs. They deserve to have a 6+ goal win. Nice bounce from the umpire. Not like they pay you to do that. Ugh. So many times they fucked that up. It's interesting that they played a lot of Riccardi in the ruck today. I feel like he's been well dominated by English, but they keep on persisting with it. Briggs has hardly seen it, especially in this last quarter. English with the tap. Richards was held without it. Runs after it. Got a soccer onto it. Went about 10 metres to Callahan. Couldn't take the mark in the air. Trying to break the tackle of Kennedy. Won't be able to do that. Got the handball clear to Ware. Further back to Lob and Whitfield. Whitfield trying to track it down, but he's gone the wrong way. It's Taylor handballed over the top. And now the Giants can go through Riccardi. As Ward riding shotgun, gives it over to him. English tries to track him down, but Ward gets it away. Long ball towards Hogan in the 2-on-1. Did well to bring it to ground for Kelly. About to get shut down. Wasn't tackled though. Dropped it. Gave it back to Stringer. Hardly seen it today. Sets it up to the top of the goal square. And great work from Bramble. They have been stingy, to say the least, this Dogs defence. Need Bailey Dale for one more. One more disposal. All right, we'll keep an eye out for it. Goes with a long kick here towards English. Ward breaks the tackle of Lob. He's too tired, Rory Lob. Works it out, Riccardi to Stone. Now Callahan, he's got a few options. Decides to go long to the top of the goal square again. 1-on-1. Free kick to Cadman. Unlucky there for Buzzlinger. He's given away a few free kicks in this last term, but he's been pretty good on debut. Yeah, he was held. It's Aaron Cadman being well held this evening. Chance here to get his first. Cadman comes in, kicks Truly back to 33 points. I mean, there's not a lot in it, but I can see why the umpire paid it. So we're on Dale watch here in the chat. One more touch and he gets his payout. I'm guessing like 50 grand. I'm assuming they're Demon. 50 grand you'd be putting on this? You're not a pussy, are you? You put on big money on this? No, don't do that. Don't do that. So there's a minute left in this final term. From the tap down, English won it well. Try to feed it forward there, the Giants. Frazier was beaten on the outer. Did well here, the Giants. They can work this one forward. Breaking away was McMullen. Shaked off the tackle. Drives it to the top of the goal square again. Karmas just couldn't take the mark. Hogan, quick handball to Kelly. On the right boots. Misses. So short ball from Williams. Did Dale exit the square then? I didn't see it. If he exited the square, that would have been a disposal then. Hang on, I'm going to see that. Hang on, I've even rewinded it for you, Demon. So, yes, he left the square, I think. That looks like it's pretty good. I'd be paying that. I think you got that last disposal. You needed him for... How many disposals? 20, I'm assuming? I think you wanted for 20. He's got 20. Love the commentary for you, though, mate. That's all right. All good. I think he got it. I'm pretty sure he got it. If you needed him for 20, he's got 20. English with the tap. Kennedy wrapped up immediately by McMullen. Got the handball clear, though. English to Richards on the up high. Up and under ball. Went well there, Himmelberg. Good mark. So Buckley has the footy in the back 50. But in the nation's capital, it's all about the Western Bulldogs. They went in young in defence, but those young puppies stood up tonight. A great win from the Dogs in the end. A second half blitz saw them break the Giants to win by 32 points. 17-11, 113 to the Dogs. Win over the Giants, 12-9, 81. All right, Demon. Looks like you got your... I'm pretty sure you're going for 20 if you needed one more. So Dale did get the 20. Looks like he won your... You got your bet. So I'm expecting at least half of that going into a chat into a chat donation because I manufactured that disposal. Obviously. Obviously, I'm joking, but it's a good win from the Dogs in the end. It's a really good performance from them. Bangy gets it. See, I called that. Dogs, great win, great win. Oh, yeah, nice, lovely work, Bailey. I agree. Great performance from him. He did really well. So if I had to give the votes tonight, I'd probably say 3 votes to Tim English, 2 votes to Matt Kennedy, and the 1 vote to James Harms. Marcus Bontempelli probably would have got a vote, but being subbed out in the final term, probably can't give it to him in my opinion. But he was really good in the first 3 quarters, Bontempelli. For anyone wondering, he's not injured, just rested in that final term. But all the Dogs really, like, there was so many good performers tonight. Like, Frazier was really good. Richards was really good as well. Williams, I liked him off of halfback. Riley West only had 7 touches but kicked 3 goals. He was influential. And, Buzzlinger in his debut had a really good performance. So, all things considered, the Dogs had a really good performance tonight. Rat Poison Daughter of a Suicide. That's a very interesting name there, bro. I'll give you that. Well, my perfect tipping week has ended now. I tipped the fucking Giants and they did absolutely horribly. And if I completely forgot that they had a good record against them too. Yeah, nice. 20 nicely done right at the end. Very nice. We love to see it. I think you were delayed on the chat, but anyway, that's all right. What a weird fucking thing. Love this, mate. I'll stop here. Stopping in more. That's good, man. Appreciate you joining the stream, dude. All right, I think we'll end the stream there, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate your guys' support throughout the stream tonight. Usually don't stream on Saturday nights, but didn't have much going on and thought this game would be a real belter. And for the first half, it was, but the Dogs broke them in the third quarter. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe to the stream. The review episode will be coming out Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, as it always does. Thank you for listening. Thank you.